sacrifice your life.
What the fuck was that, Ken?
Joey Fats Radio, row 1C1.
I've been loving every second. I'm not rooting for injuries openly, but
I just pretended that was Brian Deegan.
I'm so fucking pumped. I'll be like, yeah, bitch, fuck
I will do that.
I'm gonna find him on LinkedIn and be like, "Did you punch a kid in the face? Tell me the truth."
All right, Sean brought his A game tonight. All right, okay, I like it. I like where this is going. And I don't want to put this as like a thing. Like, he wasn't a bad guy as far as we know.
Who said he was a bad guy?
I don't know, but I feel like we're painting him in this light that he was like this bad guy, and I don't want to do that. To this day, I hope you hear this. Fuck you. But rules are rules, okay? Stupid rule, but it was a rule. If you were a Crip and you were cooling in the cut, what do the Bloods do? Are they booling in the butt? Yep. Also, we are extremely juvenile, and yeah, whatever. Fuck you. All right.
You fucking smacked me in the ass, you dumb fuck.
Oh yeah, baby.
I look horrible. I look so dissatisfied. I have like a crippled wrist.
You do. Hey, you do. You have the little limp wrist thing going on there.
Broken.
It's kind of nice. I like
awful.
it. I dig it. Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1. Thank you all for joining us. Sorry we're a little bit late tonight. We as you can tell from the stream, if you are watching live, which reminds me, for those who are not watching live, I need to start the Mixler feed again. God, I suck at doing this. Remind me
You're
later.
fine.
I know, I am fine,
God.
but you know, it's getting to be.
Are you willing to shave your back?
You know, I have to, like, I get so distracted because Christ almighty, start. Just go live. For fuck's sake, just do it. Do it. We're doing it live. There we go. Okay, Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1. Thank you all for joining us. It looks a little different if you're watching live tonight because
I'm crippled.
Sean that is a still photo of Sean. In case you can't tell, it is not moving. So no, the feed is not frozen. Sean's camera is not frozen. His camera is broken. Here is the camera. Here is the camera that is supposed to be on Sean. That is not functioning anymore. There we go. So that I tried to go and wrangle a backup camera from Best Buy earlier today.
Can you like put like a smiley face over me? I look like Christopher Reeve.
You know what?
Can you
No.
stop?
No, I like that picture. And
It's horrible. I thought you were taking a video before and not like just like taking a still shot.
nope, no, we're leaving it because I like it. And
Can
that's
you what about googly eyes and that they just move the whole show?
man, all right, we'll work on that for next week. Just kidding. We'll have a camera back for next week. We'll have the camera up and running for next week. But yeah, so if it looks a little weird, you can hear Sean, obviously. He's there. He is here. Plizzy is not present tonight.
He has gas.
Yes, he had very bad gastritis in his knee, and he couldn't make it today.
I think his wife has an interview at Popular.
At a popular headwear store.
I can't even go that joke.
That is a long. That is hearkening back 9 years now.
No, I think it's 10.
9 years. Yeah, no, definitely
Are you
9.
sure?
Yeah.
It was 2015?
Yep.
Okay.
It was definitely 2015. But that was a long inside baseball joke from row 1, seat 1. Maybe we'll tell you about it someday. I don't know. But nonetheless, we are going to tell you about a lot of stuff tonight.
I lose my job. I just come out here and just not random stories I know about different things.
I'll tell you what, if I lost my job tomorrow, bro, the beans that would get spilled. Oh, my God.
New Bedford Guide cancels it. You're like, yeah, we got to stop
Are
this.
you shitting me? New Bedford Guide would probably give us a fucking, they'd be like, how much are we paying you guys? Nothing? Yeah, let's change that. Which, by the way, we don't get paid anything.
Yeah,
but
we don't get paid.
But we
it's
do
all
get
for
paid
fun.
through our advertisers. So if you want to go ahead and patronize this show and make us help us out a little bit in terms of getting paid. And by getting paid, I mean like, paying for a new camera so we don't have to have a still shot of Sean. Head down to 300 Elm Street, the Village Sweet Shop. They are our one and only advertiser. They have all the candy that you could want, from exotic shit like the now viral Dubai candy chocolate bar, which I had before. Which was Absolutely phenomenal.
Is it Dubai?
It's from Dubai.
Like a TikTok famous kind of thing?
Yes,
is that
it's
what it
the
is?
TikTok
Okay.
famous Dubai candy bar. The Village Sweet Shop has them in stock. You can buy them there. 300 Elm Street, right in the corner of Elm and Bridge in the Paydarham Village in South Dartmouth. Go down there. They are open Tuesday through Sunday until 5 p.m. every day. At the minimum, I think, 5 p.m. every single day. I think they open at 11. So 11 to 5 every day. Go down there and use the promo code Row1Seat1 and let them know that we sent you. You can get a discount on some of your stuff. But I don't think the Dubai chocolate bar qualifies for the discount because
Damn.
it is a little bit pricey. Now, is it worth it? I say yes.
That's for you to decide.
I tried it. I think it was worth it. It was every bit as crispy and airy and chocolatey as I was hoping it was going to be. And it was, sensational would be an understatement. So go down, check them out. They've got it there. You can plop in and grab yourself one of those Dubai crispy chocolate bars that you see all over TikTok and Instagram. They are absolutely phenomenal. People have been buying them up. Like, those things have flown off the shelves. So obviously I know a little bit about the inner workings of the Village Sweet Shop. And I can tell you right now, they can't keep those things in stock. They're selling them faster than they can get them.
That's awesome.
So if you want one, go down and get one. 300 Elm Street, Paydarham Village, South Dartmouth, Mass. Right on the corner of Elm and Bridge. It is right next to the Naughty Knit, right there on the corner, so you can't miss it. They are dog friendly. If you bring your dogs, there's plenty of treats, which is my favorite part about hanging out down there and seeing all the little pooches that come by because they're very nice pooches. And we are also live on our Twitch and YouTube channel tonight, so please don't be afraid to give us a subscribe on either one of those. And a like.
Twitch is it's a sub. Yeah, it's a sub. Never mind.
Or a subscription. Yeah, whatever. Whatever Twitch says to do, just fucking do it.
If you have Amazon Prime, you can actually subscribe for free and not get commercials.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which, we don't have a ton of those, but
Twitch will.
Twitch will, which is fine. But if you subscribe, you can skip them all. So 774-992-8702, Joey Fats Radio, Row1Seat1, live on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. New Bedford Guide's been putting out some good content lately, by the way. As we're coming up to this election cycle, as it's coming to a close, finally, which I'm relieved that it's finally. I'm like, good.
2 weeks from today, no?
2 weeks from tonight.
2 weeks from tonight. Actually, you can't count today. 13 days away.
Yes. So we are 2 weeks away from the election. I'm happy it's coming to an end.
My God, me too.
We'll find out in 13 days how happy I will actually be. Will it be the death of America as we once knew it, or will we be on a new golden path to the future? We'll find out. We're not going to do politics tonight. Fuck it. We got too much football stuff to get into. We can do politics later. If you want to hear my take on politics, please tune into the Adult Table on Monday nights with me and Mike Thompson, a.k.a. Travis, on Belligerent Bastard Productions. We do a live on YouTube and Facebook as well.
We have Mike calling. Mike's half a sports guy. Sometimes.
Thompson?
Yeah.
Nah. He just.
I said half.
Yeah. I mean, he's
passive.
Yeah. He knows he's a passive sports fan. But feel free to give us your thoughts. Your call 774-992-8702. We're going to do a Patriots recap. We're going to do.
Dear God.
Dear God, dear Gore. We're going to do a Patriots recap. We're going to do a. Let's see what else.
Well, we can talk about your Broncos.
The Broncos
absolutely decimating.
Right on Thursday night. So
Saints.
we'll start there. We'll start there. We will start with that.
Sunday's games, meh. Like anything to write home about. The Jets, complete travesty. They get Devontae Adams, do absolutely nothing. Well, obviously you can talk about the Patriots and talk about doing absolutely nothing.
We're going to talk about the Jets as well, for sure.
What about today's? Did you hear the NFL rumor mill right now? The two biggest things that are coming out of the NFL as of this afternoon.
I don't believe I did. Why don't you go ahead and...
one of them is the Los Angeles Rams are involved in both. Now, the Los Angeles Rams essentially are having a fire sale, which to me...
I think I said that last week that they were going to do this.
Yep. I think Sean McVay has pretty much told the team behind the scenes, I'm out of here at the end of this year. Like, no offense. Like, it's over. And Cooper Kupp is on the... shouldn't say cutting block, the trade block. But they're
Also,
looking
no
for
surprise.
they're looking for a second round pick for, I believe, Cooper Kupp. Which honestly, as a Patriots fan, I'll take him. I know he's broken down. I know he's not the same guy. We have nothing. I'll take Cooper Kupp. Yeah. And then number 2 is going to be the Vikings are actively trying to trade for Matthew Stafford. Now I know he's taking like a quick break, but that to me is a phenomenal move if you're the Minnesota Vikings. If you can get Matthew Stafford, a proven still great quarterback, a recent Super Bowl winning quarterback, and you give him Justin Jefferson, you give him that talent, you give him Kevin O'Connell as his coach and offensive coordinator, you give him that defense. You're talking about possibly recreating that Rams team that recently won a few years ago, or a couple of years ago, however long it was. 3 years ago. Thank you. Now, I don't know what that says about Sam Darnold. Like, that shouldn't be looked at negatively. Maybe some of the shine, maybe Sam Darnold is coming back from his Fitzmagic territory.
Sorry, that piss just snuck up on me.
No, you're good. So maybe Sam Darnold's coming back off that Fitzmagic pattern.
It's coming down a little bit.
And they're trying to, let's try to win this thing. The Vikings haven't won in ever.
Never.
Did Frank Tarkenton win?
The last time, well, they were an NFL champion, I believe, back before the merger. But the last time they were in a Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, was Super Bowl 4 against the Kansas City Chiefs. It was Hank Stram and the Chiefs, and matriculate the ball down the field, boys. And,
right.
Well, it's funny because that Super Bowl, the historic significance, and I'm going to go a little Kamala Harris here, when we are talking about the significance, okay, of Super Bowl 4. Okay, we cannot,
as a middle-class family,
understate the significance of the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's actually a really good hand motion, by the way. Good job.
Thank you. But that Super Bowl 4, like if you remember Super Bowl 3, obviously was the Jets, the Colts,
yes.
Joe Namath guarantee game.
Of course.
It wasn't until Super Bowl 4 that really made the merger a legit thing in everybody's eyes because the Kansas City Chiefs came out and put the fucking hammer down on the Minnesota Vikings.
Absolutely.
If it hadn't been for that Kansas City Chiefs, Len Dawson, Hank Stram, matriculate the ball down the field, boys. We all remember it's a weekly saying in my household.
Well, and the coaches dressed like
between
suits.
me, yeah, oh yeah, they were in suits. I mean, Len Dawson's on the picture
Smoking.
of ripping a butt on a milk crate at halftime.
Was that halftime or end of the game?
Halftime.
Either one.
Yeah,
he was just straight up smoking.
Just ripping a butt, no big deal. Like, all right, gonna go play football, whatever.
Fastest man alive, they say.
Yeah. Old Curly. That Super Bowl put the AFL or the AFC on the map forever because if it wasn't for the Chiefs being that, everybody was going to look at Namath and the Jets being the Colts as a fluke. And then the Vikings come in, they stomp the fucking Chiefs, and they're like, yeah, okay, we all knew this was going to be bullshit. You guys aren't even up to our level yet. Mm-hmm. And the Chiefs came in and won, and everybody's like, oh, shit, okay, fuck. And then I think the Colts went on to win Super Bowl 5 after that, whatever. But
correct.
Against, was it Cowboys? Was that the one when what's his name? The linebacker was the MVP and the only MVP of the losing team.
Maybe was that 5?
Was that 5? God, it's been so long.
Well, it's been over 50 years, so
it's been a long time since I've had to look at that shit. But nonetheless, my point is, the Vikings have never won a Super Bowl. Okay, they had a great shot in '98 until Morton Anderson was just like, you know what? I haven't missed in 2 years. Now sounds like a good time. Boop. Wide right. Vikings lose to the Falcons in the NFC Championship, which actually probably robbed us of what would have been the greatest Super Bowl of all time when you talk about the 98 Vikings and the 98 Broncos. When we talk about the significance of the 98 Vikings and the 98 Broncos and what I call an opportunity NFL, okay, that would have been the greatest opportunistic Super Bowl of all time.
I love how you like no politics and then have done 3 Kamala Harris.
I'm just doing imitations. I'm just doing impersonations, bro. You know, I'm freewheeling it tonight.
Yeah, I was trying to see if there was anything else about that Stafford rumors. If there's any more news, but they're openly trying to trade Kupp. They're trying to trade Stafford.
Oh, let me. I gotta share this to our.
We can also talk about how Brandon Ayuk shredded his ACL. Massive injuries to wide receivers this year. Massive injuries. Ayuk signed that huge deal with the 49ers after playing cat and mouse all offseason, barely produces, and then shreds his ACL. You know what I
That's
mean?
a bad hit. I mean, in like, what do the Niners got to do to catch a break this year? Because, I mean,
The whole team is injured.
Debo's hospitalized with pneumonia. McCaffrey might be back this week, maybe.
No, I don't think so.
Well, they said he might be back.
He might be back.
That was the only shred of good news because they lost Ayuk.
But this is after him seeing 3 different doctors in 3 different parts of the world. Rumor is CMC is severely injured still, but he wants to play through it because he doesn't want it to be a lost year. So if he plays with significant injuries, what percentage is he going to be at? And then the backup that's been producing, what's his name? Is it Mason? It's Mason, right? Mason gets hurt. So you know what I mean? It's just like they cannot catch a break. Thank God Brock Purdy has been like the one consistent in that team.
Correct.
They've lost.
Brock Purdy is actually one of the highest rated passers in the league right now.
Hey,
believe it or not.
And Kyle Shanahan has turned him into a phenomenal. I would even say like last year I was like, he's average. This year he's way above average. Like you could actually make an argument he's top 10 quarterback in the league. For sure.
Yeah.
And he has nobody he's playing with. No Debo, no Ayuk. He has
None.
George Kittle, who's like the second best tight end in the league this year for receptions. But other than that, he's had a patchwork running back crew. It's all been on him as being the only offensive piece. And he's just plugging and play with everybody else. And you know, they're not having the greatest of years. But he's not the problem. It's not his fault.
No.
It's just a ton of injuries. We can talk about the other great news, speaking of injuries. Deshaun Watson keeps the curse of Cleveland Browns alive.
Is that not just the most wild shit ever? I mean, listen, if you've been listening to this show for years and years and years, I mean, we've been on the air now since 2013. This is year 11 for us, okay? Okay. Actually, hold up.
No, it's more than 11.
No, we just made year 11 like 2 weeks ago. I completely forgot about that. October.
No.
October 13th, I think, was our first show.
I wasn't on then. That was
No.
like
October 13th, 2013 was our first show.
Damn.
So we just missed our 11-year anniversary. Oh, well, happy 11th birthday to Row 1 Seat 1.
Well, what's 11-year anniversary? What do you get on 11? Wood? Or was that 1? I don't know.
I think I got wood before my 11th birthday. But
Actually, after saying that out loud, horrible phrasing. That was horrible phrasing.
Phrasing, boom, nailed it. No, if you've been listening to this show for the last 11 years, you would know that there are just certain teams that are doomed to suck. And the Cleveland Browns are, in fact, one of them.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what they do, no matter how hard they try, no matter how many touchdowns Derek Anderson throws to Braylon Edwards, they are going to fucking suck. Because they are trash. Just like their fan base is trash. And I know the video was edited. Okay.
Which one? The one with the people cheering?
The one of the people cheering saying, "You deserve it." That's fake. That was fake. Okay, but that did make its viral rounds. Okay, it was, and I had people texting me about that, being like, "Dude, is this fucking serious?" Like, and I'm like, I'm waking up in the morning, I'm like, I don't know, probably. It's Cleveland fans. Would you be surprised? But I think that right there in itself is the problem. That like, if you posted that video and was like, "This is real," everybody would be like, "Yeah, Cleveland fans suck. What do you want?" And you're like, "Damn, they sucked that hard though."
Some of the fans, it's polarizing. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to judge because some of the fans never wanted Watson. Some of the fans are cheering not because that they're so happy someone got hurt. They're
happy that the team is fucked now.
They're happy that the team is getting punished for something they didn't want in the first place.
Yep.
Then there are some people who just don't like Watson and they're like, absolutely, he deserves it. I'm glad he's hurt. And then there are the fans who are fans, and they're like, this sucks because now we're absolutely screwed for at least 5 years.
Yeah. It's a tough go, dude.
Because now all those rumors we talked about paying a team in draft capital to take the contract and then cut them and then saving money, all that's out the window now. You can't trade an injured guy.
That whole Brock Osweiler like salary dump deal that we talked about 2 weeks ago or a week ago, gone.
Gazi.
It's all gone, baby. And you know what? Honestly, I don't feel bad. You know me. I hate the Cleveland Browns. I hate their fans. I hate the way the national media treats them because they treat them like they're a good team. Like, everybody gets on the Dallas Cowboys and like, why are the Cowboys being talked about constantly on the national media? Oh, they suck. Oh, the Cowboys suck. Bro, at least the Cowboys make the playoffs once in a while. At least the Cowboys have Dak Prescott, who's like a legitimate top 5 fucking quarterback in this league on any given Sunday. Like, at least they try. The Cowboys are trying to win. The Cleveland Browns are never trying to win. They're always trying to just take as many dicks as they can and just shove them in their throat as deep as possible to the point where they like Lana Rhodes it, puke in the bowl, and then drink it.
My God. That was a very graphic description of what's happening in Cleveland.
Also, a crazy story. If you ever want to read one, go read Why Lana Rhodes Quit Porn.
No, I don't want to read.
I just gave you a little taste of it.
Don't want to read that at all. That sounds horrific.
She's way too hot to have that done to her. I'm sorry. Lana Rhodes way too hot to have been treated like that.
But
should have met me when you were 20, kid. I'd have treated you like a queen.
I don't know.
Just ask my wife.
I don't know
Who's hotter than her, but whatever.
Do we want to show the video of the Achilles snap?
Baby. No. Do we want to? No, we don't have to show it. I mean, you want to show it?
I'll get it.
Well, fucking show it. I don't give a fuck.
I'll pull it up. I mean, it's non-contact. You see it. What happened?
Nothing. I sent the picture of you to the wrong chat. That's all.
The one from the show?
Yeah.
Looks horrific. Oops. Everyone's gonna be like, this guy looks ridiculous.
Anyway, yeah. All right.
I'm getting the right angle. Hold on.
Yeah, get the right angle here. Because my thing is this: I loathe the Cleveland Browns. I love when bad things happen to Cleveland. I except the Indians. The Indians are the only team in Cleveland that I like.
They're not the Indians anymore, though.
They'll always be the Windians to me. Okay.
No,
Okay, that was
sir.
Tito's first team, bro.
No, sir.
Okay, Tito cut his teeth under the Windians and then came to the Red Sox and delivered us from evil.
He went back to the Indians.
And then went back to the Indians. And almost delivered them from evil.
I know.
Game 7 against the goddamn Cubs. Rain delay. Who knew? What the fuck?
And they
Crazy.
just lost to the Yankees. They were right there.
The Yankees. Nah, they weren't right there. I do want to get into that, though. Because that, I'm telling you, that fucking ALCS was... The way the Yankees closed that out was incredible, and I'll get into why, and it has everything to do with Juan Soto. So we will talk a little bit of baseball. We will talk a little bit of NASCAR, but right now we're going to do some football, all right? Hope everybody's okay with that. Sean,
I'm
again,
sending you the video
for those
right
of you
now.
who are just tuning in and just seeing this, Sean's camera is not frozen. It is a still picture of him because his camera is broken. I can't get the camera to work.
I'm sorry. I'm just ugly.
It was working earlier. It's not working anymore, and I don't know why, and it's super fucking annoying. But it is what it is. I got to get a new camera, and listen, our budget is limited here. It's not so limited that we can't afford a new camera. It's just so limited that I can't afford a new camera within 12 hours of finding out the camera's dead, and then going to Best Buy and then being like, "Hey, I know all those cameras you wanted, but we don't got them." Sorry, we're Best Buy. We're a box store. You actually still shop at these things? What kind of fucking loser are you? I'm like, I don't know, the kind that had a tech issue, 6, 7, 8 hours ago and now wants to rectify it.
They're like,
dicks.
you know what? We don't do that
I did get a
anymore.
decent deal on a fucking open box monitor, though. So a 24-inch monitor that I need just for my streaming thing. Because
Nice.
I think this is all going to change next week, honestly. I feel like this is all going to be different.
You see this? It's all going.
See this?
It's all going
See
to the trash.
this?
Bye. Fugazi.
Fugazi.
I did send it to the chat, by the way, so that way
Okay.
we can pull it and show it.
All right.
For those, as Joey cues it up, it is a little bit graphic. If you're squeamish, if you don't like,
graphic.
no, it's people get all weirded out about things. Like they see, you see the pop, and some people are like, they get all nervous. But it is a legit Achilles tear. This is essentially what happened to Aaron Rodgers last year too.
It's the exact same thing, actually, which is fucking crazy. Doodly 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 doo. All right. Video. Here we go. All right. Sorry. Oh wow! And I'm replacing it with the Aiden Hutchinson video. Man,
there's been some
I think
freak
we have
injuries.
We have a fucking penchant for doing this, huh? All right. Here is the Deshaun Watson Achilles tear.
Cleveland's going to maintain possession. You see, oh boy, you see the buckle of his right leg. My goodness.
You see that snap in his calf.
Yeah, that's rough.
Cleveland's going to maintain possession. You see, oh boy, You see the buckle
You
of his
see-
right leg. My
Yeah.
goodness.
You see that snap.
Yeah, that ain't good, dude. That is when you see the calf muscle just do that little jello-y.
You almost see it like retract, almost
It's-
like you're,
dude.
you're cutting a cable. You're cutting like
Yeah.
elastic band.
Yep, and it just and it turns that muscle to jello. Yeah, that's bad, dude.
Yeah, that's very that's tough to watch. I've had a complete Achilles, not a rupture, but like torn and rebuilt my Achilles.
Yep.
It sucks. Like you can't walk for like 3 weeks. Like it's it is what it is.
I ruptured my plantar fascia tendon about 10 years ago.
That's the underneath on the foot, right?
Yeah, the arch of the foot.
Yeah.
And
It sucks. Your foot turns like black.
Yeah, the whole bottom of my foot turned black and blue. I could pull that. I could pull that photo up.
Yeah, I remember that. You like we could barely walk.
Yeah, and I couldn't walk. I was in a boot. In the words of Brian Billick, boot, boot, boot. It's a boot. And I was in one for a long time, and it fucking sucked, dude. Like, it was brutal. And I don't want to add to my fucking story. The good news is I only have like 4 photos on my Instagram, and one of them is of my damaged foot.
That is hysterical. Really?
Yeah, I'm not a big Instagram guy.
No, I'm not.
So if you ever want to see what it looks like, I'll send it to the chat. I'll show you guys.
It's kind of rough, if I remember correctly.
It's not great. And I did this playing Paint Wars, of all things.
So how do you feel as you're pulling that up? How do you feel about obviously Jameson Winston is the new quarterback in Cleveland.
Jameis
Let's
Winston.
say Jameson. I meant Jameis. How do you feel about his like little rah-rah speech he gave about Deshaun Watson?
Completely tone deaf, out of touch. Listen, Deshaun Watson,
Another challenge for this man to overcome.
of all the things, listen, if you want to sit here and talk about Deshaun Watson,
Gah.
he's not a good person, dude. Like, he's not.
No,
he's
you
not
don't say.
He's not a good guy. All right, so I'm kind of flip-flopped on this because one of my buddies texted me when we thought that "You Deserve It" chant was going on. We thought that might be real for a half second. And we were like, damn, dude, like, that's fucking. I'm like, all right, like, you could think the guy is an absolute piece of shit, but, like, even for me, that's taking it a little bit too far. Like, you can wish physical injury on people, but to, like, celebrate it in their face and, like, rub it in their face, especially when they're supposedly in their home stadium, I'm like, nah. I'm like, that's a little bit much. Then you start to remember, like, wait a minute. This man is allegedly, and here's the thing. He's allegedly sexually assaulted people.
Yes.
He's never been convicted of anything.
He is not.
So, part of me, and I'm not on this, and, you know, this is going to come to a shock to a lot of you people, especially you day one listeners that have known me for forever. I am not on board with the believe all women movement. I just simply don't buy into that. I will believe women who have credible accounts and credible complaints and things that are that have, you know, some substance to them. But I will not just simply believe all women for the sake of believing all women. No, because I've seen too many men get derailed and freight trained by women who make shit up simply to try to get a paycheck, and then when they realize that paycheck isn't coming, well, I'm in too deep, can't back out now, got to take this all the way. Enjoy 15 years in jail, fuck boy.
Wasn't it the guy in Atlanta that ruined his NFL career too?
There's dozens and dozens and dozens of accounts of
Yeah,
this
but he's
happening.
like the most famous case.
There's plenty.
Or one of them.
There's plenty of cases. Just go look one up. Okay, so I'm not on the believe all women train. That being said, do I think when you have, whatever, 30-something counts
Was it 20? I think it was 26.
or 26 accusations?
And then a new one just came out like a couple months ago.
Yeah. Okay. There's probably something to that.
Yeah,
But then again,
probably.
I look at the timing of everything. And this is
Sure.
just me as being a healthy skeptic
Mhm.
and just not believing what I'm given at face value. And I believe everybody should do this. Deshaun Watson was in the midst of demanding a record-breaking contract from the Houston Texans
Correct.
when suddenly this news came out that he'd been 26 women had suddenly come forward, massage therapists,
Different women from all over the country.
that had suddenly come forward and said, he sexually assaulted me. Now, not one of them has testified. We haven't heard an eyewitness account or at least anything that's credible to my knowledge.
Correct.
There's nothing out there that says to me, yeah, this guy did it. Now, I don't know what happens with these private massage therapists, but I do know how things work in pro sports.
Mm-hmm.
And massage therapists, just ask Bob Kraft, that's just code for a hoe.
Well,
You need a little rub and tug. You need a little, massage below the belt, if you will. Maybe you need a little mouth hug. I don't know.
Obviously, we're not naive. We understand things like that happen. But for it to be like, he probably did a couple of them. If I had to bet, a couple of them were probably true.
Do I believe Deshaun Watson is completely innocent?
No.
No. Do I believe he's guilty of what he's being accused of? Also, no.
No.
Do I believe it's somewhere in the middle?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Probably closer to less than more.
Probably closer to an entitled athlete, assuming that all these massage therapists that come to give him his therapy are all from the same employer, which, in my opinion, was probably supplied to him by somebody within the Houston Texans organization because, let's be real, these organizations set these players up all the time with shit like this so that they have something to hold over them.
I do think the one that came forward, something did happen there, and she was like legit pissed because she went right to an attorney fast.
Yes,
and then the attorney was like, "Let's go find everybody that's ever given him a massage, and we'll flat out ask them, was he weird in any way? And if they said yes, they're like, you're part of the lawsuit."
Yep.
And I think that's how it triggers to be like, is it actually 26? Probably not.
It's like,
but
was
probably
he
a
weird?
few.
Like, was he socially awkward? Was he rapey? Like, it doesn't matter. We don't know. We don't
A
know.
lot of them said,
I
like,
do believe that there's
yeah.
probably one or two, like I said, because I believe that the organizations and, maybe a little tinfoil hat time, but I do believe that these pro organizations, they're not stupid.
They are not at all.
They are not in the business of losing money, and they're certainly not in the business of handing out their money to 23, 24-year-old fucking kids out of college who think that they're somehow entitled to the money that they worked for and earned as the owner of an NFL franchise, one of 32 people in the world.
To do whatever they want. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, what do you think these things? Do you really think it's above an NFL organization to supply this guy with massage therapists that are going to do some questionable fucking things and tell him, like, hey, man, listen, don't worry about it, bro. Perk of the job, bro. You know what I mean? You want to take her out back, do this, that, and the other thing? Hey.
Or they don't know. Plausible deniability.
Yeah,
We don't know anything.
Yeah,
Like,
we don't
here
know
you go.
anything. Whatever. Here you go, man. Do what you will with it. Whatever she's willing to do is between you and her.
Now-
You're consenting adults. It's on our dime. Don't worry. It's all part of your health coverage or whatever you're.
Correct.
Whatever. So these teams will do that shit, and then they'll keep the records and the receipts so that when contract time comes, if they don't like the idea that you're trying to strong arm them, they'd be like, well, we do have these 26 allegations of you sexually assaulting somebody, and if you don't want those to come out, maybe you should lower your asking price. If you don't think that's a real thing that happens in this world, I'm sorry.
Blackmail 101.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you watch? What do you think happens? Do you think hundreds of millions of dollars just get exchanged because of the goodness of people's hearts and like, hey, you won me a Super Bowl. Cool. No, it's what have you done for me the last 2 years? What are you going to do for me for the next 10?
I do believe that the Browns were openly trying to do something to get out of that contract. And this is worst case
That's why I think
for
the
them.
27th allegation came through.
Well, the 27th allegation came through,
I think
and
that
it was
was
like another girl, and she was like, "Hey, this happened like in the last few months."
Or they just had it sitting in the back pocket.
and they're waiting to
It
pull
was the
trigger.
ace up the sleeve, and they were just waiting to see how this went. Because the NFL is a dirty fucking business, dude.
He's
It is
playing
not-
bad, and we owe him all this money.
What
27th
can we do to
allegation.
get out of this? I don't know. Like, just go watch Playmakers or go watch Ballers or go watch any of those shows. And those give you, like, just a fraction of, like, an insight into, like, what might be going on. And what they show you is going on 10,000 times worse behind the scenes. And if you think Bob Kraft or Bob McNair or Jerry Jones or whomever, these people are fucking innocent, and they're just sitting there like, oh, yeah, no, we just want to pay the guys that earn the money. Like, go fuck yourself, bro. We know, and I hate to say this, but, like, listen, man, Colin Kaepernick did have something right. It is somewhat of a modern-day slave trade. but the slaves just happen to make millions of dollars. But you have to play along.
It's all these narcissistic athletes given millions of dollars, young men going out there saying, here's the whole world on a silver platter. You can go or do whatever you want with the money we give you. You're a star. You'll be a household name if you make it. And you expect these people to be model citizens? Like, sure, some of them will be. Some of them will be stand-up people, and you'll be like, wow, that's a great person. But every single one? Absolutely not.
Bro,
look at the Henry Ruggs people. I'm not saying him.
There's
Aaron
what?
Hernandez. Look at you had Ray Caruth from 25 years ago straight up say, I don't want to be married to this woman anymore, and hired a hitman to kill that woman. You know what I mean?
For real.
So it's just like, these are, like, not everyone's going to be a good person.
I mean, listen, you've got 1,700 active players.
Not including practice squad people.
No, I'm just saying, 1,700 active
Yes.
on the 53-man rosters
Yes.
every Sunday. Of those 1,700,
100.
how many do you think of them?
I said 100.
How many do you think probably are not great people?
Oh, are not great people?
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking like if a Vontez Perfect
I'm saying it
is willing to do what he does on the field, and actually I'm not even going to go there because I don't want to accuse Vontez Perfect of doing something that he doesn't
What
do.
about the
'Cause
running back?
I've never heard anything about him off the field at all. He's just a savage on the inside.
Yeah.
in between the lines.
What about the running back from a few years ago that got caught going to his baby mama's place and just beating the shit out of her in front of the baby?
Oh, we saw the video. We played the video on the show.
Yeah, I can't remember his name
He
though.
like threw her through a glass table.
Yes.
And yeah, it was all fucked up.
And he was just a normal backup running back. He wasn't even the starter.
Yeah. Go back and watch Playmakers, the old ESPN series that they aired over one season, and they go through that and they're like that's they chronicle that in that show. They make a point of it and they say that these guys' livelihoods, these guys' jobs is to go out and beat the ever-loving shit out of somebody physically.
For real.
When do they know to turn that switch off when they come home?
They don't. Ever.
And some of them can't. So,
Ever.
okay, did Deshaun Watson do something that maybe he shouldn't have done? Maybe did he push the envelope?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Listen, man, but on the same side, as a man, and I'm just going to be fucking real as fuck, and any man in the audience listening who's been to a bachelor party where you go to a strip club, you always get that one buddy or two buddies or three buddies that push it a little bit too far in the strip club, right? Because they're strippers.
Okay.
Okay? They're there to serve a purpose. Now,
They take a chance, yes.
for most of us, when we go to the strip club, we go there, we look at the strippers. Oh, wow, those are nice titties. Nice C-section scar.
Jesus
Here's a couple
Christ.
bucks.
My
Here
God.
you go. Oh, look at this one. She looks like that's Jenna, and she's putting herself through nursing school. Yeah, I'm gonna get a lap dance from her. You go in the back, you get a lap dance from her. Right, nothing happened. You get the lap dance, you go home, you jerk off, all's well that ends well. Right? That's it. But we've all been there with that buddy or two or three or whatever. We all know a guy. So if we all know a guy, that means we all know three or four guys that go there and they're like, nah, man, I'm going upstairs. I'm going to the back room. And we all know that there's levels to this strip club shit. Like, let's not be naive. And I'm sorry if I'm blowing up anybody's spot who's listening to this with their wife. But, at the strip club, if you go up and you say, I want to go in the champagne room, I don't care what Chris Rock says. There is definitely sex in the champagne room. Okay? So if you go to the champagne room, you spend the $400-$500, whatever it is, to get the stripper that you went through, because she comes out at roll call and they're playing Motley Crue and, girls, 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 and waving the towel, and you go, that one. And you say, you get a couple lap dances from, you say, let's go upstairs, and she says, okay. And you go upstairs, you pay the $500. What do you think is happening in that private boxed room with a bottle of champagne and nothing but you, a stripper, and no cameras and nothing, no witnesses?
And you're doing this with premier athletes.
And then you're and now you're taking guys, 21 to 24-year-old athletes, men.
Oh, up to like 30.
I'm just saying the young. I'm just saying the younger crowd, and you're giving them tens of millions of dollars, and you're putting them in major cities where they have the best strip clubs ever, Okay?
It doesn't have to necessarily be a strip club either. It could be a lot of different scenarios.
There's a lot, yeah, sure. There's a lot going on. But the bottom line is, bro, like, let's be real. There is
best
shit.
strip club.
There is shit that goes on in those clubs that most people wouldn't tell their wives or girlfriends about.
You're right, and then we go back to the original question: 1,700 active players. How many of them are like really horrible people? And a few hundred easily, I would.
And just be clear, going to a strip club and getting a BJ from a stripper does not make you a horrible person. I mean, if you're married, whatever, you have a girlfriend, that's but that's between.
You're saying your choices.
That's between you, your significant other, and your God. That's fine.
That's your choices.
But
we're talking about like athletes and how they act in their prime.
Correct.
And then, we kind of like really went off the path with Deshaun Watson here.
No, we're very much on the Deshaun Watson.
So
path.
yes,
Trust me, I'm getting to that.
So if the crowd was 50, would you say the crowd was 50-50, half boos, half like jeers? No, I shouldn't say.
I would say it was 100% cheers because they were thrilled to see him off the field because they don't have to watch that shit, that abortion of an offense
a
anymore.
lot of them didn't want him playing. Period.
But back to my original point, and here's the thing, and this is why I think that Deshaun Watson, again, and I know that we love to throw shade and we love to just make a decision well before we hear all the facts. This man is innocent until proven guilty. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If he's guilty, fine. He's guilty. But let him be proven guilty before we fucking start castrating this guy on national television and radio and everything else. All right?
But you know how it is.
Because like we say, right? And the reason why I brought up the whole thing about the strip clubs.
Yeah.
Okay? You go to a strip club, there's a certain expectation.
Yeah.
As a man, I know this.
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah.
We've been to the shake joint plenty of times, bro. All right? I've gone to the petting zoo. I've fed the animals. I know what it's like. All right? I know, if I go to the ATM and I fucking whip out a stack, there's a decent chance I'm getting my dick wet if I want to. All right? And that's not hyperbole, bro. That's the fact. I've seen it happen.
I get what you're saying.
And that's it local places. That's in Providence and Boston and Brockton. Like, that's not even around like anything crazy. The point is, right, there's an expectation for that. When you're a professional athlete and you have massage therapists coming to your house and the first one they send to you gives you the full shebang. And you're thinking like, okay, that was a great massage.
That was how everything's going to go.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely going to expect that every single time from now on. And the teams will set these guys up for that to happen to them. Whether it's the teams, the agents, the people working behind the scenes, man, there is so much dark shit going on in pro sports. You cannot possibly think in an industry that is worth hundreds of billions of dollars.
Oh, yes.
That shit like this doesn't happen. Okay? It happens all the time. So, again, Deshaun Watson, is he a piece of shit? Probably
60-40, yeah.
But I'm not willing to go down that route. I'm going to say he's questionable.
Yes,
but again,
exactly.
Guilty, innocent until proven guilty. And I am not going to go down the road of lynching this man.
I know.
No pun intended, because I know his skin color and that might get some people offended. Ooh.
Yeah.
Get over it. I'm not going to lynch this man because of what he allegedly did.
But you know how the court of public opinion goes.
And
if
that's
anything
the
comes
worst
out,
court ever.
And it's all the new social media generation, which we always talk about and harp on all the time. I get we're hypocrites because we're on social media and we're doing this and talking about it. But the fact is that we're saying, as like we said, there's more than a 50% chance that he probably did something which was kind of shitty. But at the same time, there should be
But was he led to believe that was the expectation?
That's a whole different argument then.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
and I'm not saying it doesn't make it right.
We haven't heard his
side.
side.
I'm not saying it makes it right, but I'm saying, like, was he led to believe that that's how this was going to go?
But some of the stories, if you remember when, were kind of wild. Like, even if you were led to believe that was going to happen, remember the story that he was like in the corner, like swinging it, like, like almost pulling like a P Diddy before the P Diddy stuff came out. He was like all in baby oil. It's like, bro, let's calm down if some of these stories are true. But to go back to the Cleveland fans, I don't know.
I've seen crazier shit at strip clubs in Montreal than that. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah,
not gonna lie. Crazier shits.
I'm talking about just the fans of Cleveland now. Should those fans get the hate that they're getting online? I'm gonna be on. Maybe you disagree. I'm going to say the fans have every right to boo if they want to. Every right to cheer if they
Listen,
want to.
the fans have every
Every
right to
right.
do whatever they want to
They
do because they
paid-
pay the fucking ticket.
Thank you.
And they're allowed to go there and heckle and cheer and jeer or do whatever the fuck they want. If they want to go there and make an asshole out of themselves and cheer for a guy who gets hurt, hey, by all means, bro, you paid $250 for that ticket. That's your right.
You're not harming anybody. If you're cheering that guy getting his leg broken and you're like, I'll never see that man again, I'm so happy,
Yep.
that's your right. I may disagree with it. I may disagree with how you're going about it, but at the same time, I give you full respect. You have the full ability to do that.
You just can't. You gotta accept it for what it is.
But there's like an online media, like the media is trying to cancel Cleveland Brown fans for the X amount of them that were cheering it. And then on the other side of it, we'll have players on his own team, Winston, who comes out after the game, like you said, tone deaf, crazy reaction response of him being like, yo, they're trying to put this man down again. It's like, Winston, you realize like all the shit that's happened, right? Like it's not just like they're trying to put this man down. He has essentially shot himself in the foot several times. And he's defending it.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no, he's not Plaxico. But it's just, I don't know. That whole situation in Cleveland, it's just ownership hates the team. The coach can't even deal with the players sometimes. Like, he didn't even like Watson because Watson wasn't even doing what he was asking him to do. Winston's defending Watson. The team doesn't even like Watson. A couple weeks ago, we showed the video of the offensive lineman not helping up Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, we did.
And then the same teammate, defensive lineman, gets knocked down. Watson goes over that teammate to help him up, and the defensive lineman slaps his hand away, being like, piss off. Like, there is definitely a lot of drama in that team.
I think that comes down to a lot of the reports, too. And honestly, it doesn't matter what you believe, but the fact of the matter is the reports out of Cleveland where Deshaun Watson is lazy. He doesn't care about winning. He doesn't care about playing football.
That seems all true, though.
And that is all. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I can totally see that. I totally understand that. And you can see it judging by the reactions of said teammates that, yeah, that makes a fucking ass ton of sense that would be the fucking case. All that being said, doesn't make him a sexual deviant. Or maybe it makes him a deviant, but doesn't make him a rapist, if you however you want to label him.
Right.
But I do believe that there is some credence to that, Sean, because the reports that have been coming out of Cleveland have been of that this guy. You're not on camera, by the way, so you can do whatever the hell you want. You don't have to hold that there. You can put it right up to your face and
No.
hold it wherever you want.
I'm going back and forth between all the different ones, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
So we've got this beautiful still of you for those that are just tuning in that don't know.
I hate that my wrist is like.
I love it, and I love that you got the creepy Von Miller doll behind you on the right. You know, he's
like Michael Myers behind me.
He's like looking over your shoulder. It's like you're Tom Brady, and he's just like.
I am wearing TB12 shirt.
It's true.
I'm wearing anything. I am wearing Patriot stuff too, but I'm wearing anything to just be like, I can't stand my organization right now. But whatever.
We'll get into that in a second. But to put a happy little bow on this Deshaun Watson thing, again, let the man be proven guilty before we start throwing stones. And I did agree.
I don't think anything's going to come out, though.
I don't know if it was Jameis Winston or Myles Garrett or whoever said it.
Myles Garrett.
Or said, I can't throw stones from my glass house.
It was Myles Garrett.
And I think everybody should really take a page out of that book, bro, because, listen, I can throw stones. I don't really have that. I think my house is pretty rock solid, but, who knows?
But sure I've got some. I mean, people are going to hate you for your opinions and how you feel about certain things, sports related, politics related, even life related. People are not going to like your opinion.
Baby. Trump.
People are not going to like your shit. But you never say anything to like physically harm somebody. You're not going to I'm going to kill you in your sleep or anything like that.
God no.
You know what I mean?
I get threatened with violence more than anybody I know.
That is true. You do get threatened with violence quite a bit for like unknown reasons. You're just like, I think this team's dog shit and all you fans are idiots. And everyone's like, how about I go to your house and kill everybody you know? It's like,
I'm like,
okay.
I mean, don't threaten me with a good time at all. Like the only thing that would make my day better than seeing your team lose would be seeing you like trying to get in my back door armed and me be waiting for you. And like, when you hear Fortunate Son just start playing softly in the background, don't be surprised what happens next. Because I've been waiting for or it's just like, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Clack.
Or no, I like the fortune of someone's because that way you can hear like a helicopter coming over the side, and you're the Gatling gun firing at your own house. You're like, yes, the intruder is destroyed, but you've also destroyed half your house. You're like, worth it, cigar.
So worth it. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. 774-992-8702. All right, that was a pretty heavy open.
Well, that wasn't really an open. We just talked about.
I just
like,
kind of blew
things.
off the lid of if anybody was listening to this with their significant other that's been to the strip club, it's like, babe, nothing happens at the strip club.
No, it's not.
You're right. Nothing happens at the strip club unless you want to pay up.
It's just
anything can happen at the strip club if you have enough money. I mean, DMX even said it.
Watson just had.
Y'all remind me of a strip club. I don't know. Just every time I come around, I got to get my dick sucked.
Jesus. I like he's just nonstop. Everyone's like, people are like, I can't believe. What are they talking about? Oh, Deshaun Watson. Okay, it makes sense now.
Yeah. 774-992-8702. Let's dive into the Patriots and the Jaguars.
God,
London.
do we bloody have to?
Yeah, we do because we bloody got to because they played over ye pond in the good old Wembley Stadium.
I'm sick of these 9 a.m. games. I don't enjoy them.
We don't have one this week, but we do have Germany in a couple weeks.
Germany's in 2 weeks, and that is who's Germany? Isn't it? Is it the Colts? Is one of the teams? I can't remember who it is. Who the German
it
teams
is the
are.
Colts. I don't know. Where's Paul when we need him?
It's the Colts and somebody else, isn't it?
Yeah,
Lions,
hold on.
maybe? No, not the Lions. I'm sorry.
It's in 2 weeks. Week 10. I thought. Oh. Wait, maybe it was week 9.
Sorry. Well, week 9 would have been 2 weeks because it was week 7.
Week 8.
But I can go on a mini Patriots rant because I got a lot to say. And it's not even regarding about the play most of the time about the Patriots. It's about everything else outside of the Patriots that's been more upsetting than the actual product on the field. Pat, I am not frozen. It's a still shot. The camera's not working. I called you Patrick. Joey just gave me the most worst comical photo. So yeah, it's okay. That's just my face.
Week
frozen.
10. No, it's we get the absolute
Banger.
matchup of the juggernauts. The Carolina Panthers hosting the New York Football Giants.
Oh my God, it's the worst game ever.
November 10th in Frankfurt, Germany. Oh my God, dude.
It's like the 32nd team against the 30th team.
And it's crazy. It's so funny because you can't, as the NFL, send good teams overseas to play meaningful games because they know it's like, no. All the good teams are like, no, we're not fucking doing that. Fuck you. And they're like, fine, Giants, Panthers, you're on it. Get over there. Get to Frankfurt and fucking put on a show. And everybody's like, dude, what the fuck? We suck. They're like, we don't give a shit. Go play.
Do you mind if I do something I normally don't do and do like a Patriots rant?
The floor. Do you want me to turn the camera around?
No, don't turn the camera around. I like the still shot of me with a crippled hand right now. It's actually funny. And plus, if it was two of me, that would distract me more than anything. I'd be like, I'm talking to like a depressed version of myself on the other corner. But
well, you wouldn't see it. Oh, wait, yeah,
of course I would see it.
Sorry, you'd see it on that.
The only thing that really bothers me the most about the Patriots and being the Patriots fan and wearing the Tom Brady gear and the Patriots hat all the time and being a diehard Patriots fan since as long as I can remember is not the product on the field. The product on the field is the least amount of what I'm upset about. It's everything that goes on off the field. It's Robert Kraft talking every week now to fans. Robert Kraft flying over to an English bar hours before the game. Obviously, it was like Saturday morning for us, but it was like 3 p.m. or whatever the hell time it was over in England. And he's talking to a group of fans, and he says,
He had to fuck off to the boozer.
Oh, we're building something special. The fans are amazing. It's going to be amazing. Robert Kraft, please stop talking. Please stop telling us you're building to something special. Please stop talking every week about Bill Belichick fucked you over. Please stop talking about how things are going to get better and you have full confidence in Mayo. You just talk too goddamn much. And I'm at the point now where I said it years ago and I said it recently too. I never believed the Seth Wickersham article, ever. I was like, this is a bunch of shit.
Sure.
And now, yeah, because now I'm positive of it because we were told since day one, Brady, Belichick hate each other. Hate each other. And the reason Brady left was because he did not like Bill Belichick at the end. I am now completely firm on my position that never was the case. Do they not get along sometimes? Yes. Does Belichick want Brady to play in practices and not take time off? Yes. Did that probably piss off Brady? Yes. But that was all of their metrics to win and continue to keep winning. Kraft is the one leaking these articles. Kraft is the one coming out and saying, "Oh, if it wasn't for me, this would have ended years ago." I don't fucking believe that at all. Brady was just announced as partial owner of the LA Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders. I'm sorry, the Las Vegas Raiders. Brady's first official announcement was talking about possibly bringing in Bill Belichick, immediately shitting on the head coach they currently have in Antonio Pierce, and bringing up the fact of that maybe I can get Bill to come here. If you violently hate that person, why is that your first order of business is to bring him to your organization where if you hated that man that much, you don't want to fucking see him? And now, hey, lead this team because I know you can do it. But yes, please, by all means, tell me that Brady and Belichick were the problem and it wasn't Kraft being super cheap. Because now that Kraft has had all this money to spend for the last few years, how come he's not
What's
spending?
he done with it?
Oh, it was Belichick. Okay, this offseason, Belichick was gone. We had just Elliott Wolf. So you're telling me Elliott Wolf is cheap too? There's a pattern beginning here.
Yeah.
And now Robert Kraft is high. Siri, shut the fuck up. And now Kraft is trying to peddle this. We're building something special. The future's getting bright. Something special. The future, dude, stop talking.
Why is it we always start to notice patterns with them?
Oh. And then on top of it, Mayo.
If you know, you know.
If Mayo comes out and contradicts himself on a Sunday to Monday one more time, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. And no, I'm not one of the Patriots fans already who wants this dude fired. I think that is a crazy reactionary thing to do. I want to give Mayo at least a few years because I'm committed to once you hire somebody, you need to give them a chance.
In my defense, I don't want Mayo fired because he makes the Patriots worse. But if I was running the Patriots, I would fire him right now because, or maybe at the end of the season because he's clearly not cut out for the job. But that being said, I never thought they should have hired him in the first place. So
I thought
you didn't either.
I was so happy the Titans released Mike Vrabel, and I was like, oh my God, this was the plan. How can I be so stupid not to see this earlier? It's going to set right up. He's going to step right in.
It was teed up for him.
I'm like, Vrabel is a hard-ass coach. He's been a great coach. He's been in the league. He's been productive. He wants to be here. His kids want him to be here. I was like, this is a fucking dream. All of a sudden, Gerard Mayo in 2019 I knew was the next coach. Kraft, shut the fuck up. So he's saying before the 2019 season ended where we had Brady and Belichick, Kraft openly said he was
the 2019 season where Tom Brady's final pass was completed to a Tennessee Titan.
Yes, Joseph, that was the one in the first round of the playoffs. Yes, I'm very aware of that pass.
Do
you know the Titan he threw it to? It was Logan Ryan, former Patriot.
Former Patriot.
Yes.
Yeah. I knew it was a former Patriot. I was trying to remember which one.
So now you have Belichick openly saying that he would have fired Belichick in 2019, which makes him a even bigger asshole. And then he already knew the replacement coach in 2019 was going to be Gerard Mayo. So isn't that almost like the reverse Rooney Rule where you knew it was going to be a black head coach, but you decided to interview nobody else because 5 years ago you wanted this man? How is that okay, though? You know what I mean? Like, how is that not suspicious?
It goes, I mean, it flies in the face of the Rooney Rule in the sense of...
In the reverse way.
In a reverse way, you know, and be like, oh, reverse racism isn't a thing.
I'm not saying it's racism at all.
It's not racism at all.
I'm just saying it's a stupid rule.
It's just, it's a stupid rule. And I'm not saying, listen, how do I put this? Football, like Tony Romo said, Tony Romo put it best. Football is the ultimate meritocracy.
Yes, it is.
You are either good at your job or you're not. And if you cash in on your opportunities or you don't. And for a lot of people, those opportunities are fleeting. Okay, there have been just as many, if not more, white coaches that have suffered from fleeting opportunities and failed capitalization than as black head coaches.
Sure.
Okay, so like, what are we really talking about here?
I don't care if you're black, Asian, Indian,
I don't give
Korean.
a flying.
You're winning games.
Fuck what your color, creed, or sexual orientation is. Win me fucking Super Bowls.
You could have a horrible stereotypical Korean name like Fook Lee Moo or something like that. I don't give a shit. If that coach is winning,
brother, we could hire Moo Dang the fucking hippo to coach my team. If we win fucking 13 games in the Super Bowl, I don't give a shit.
If there was a gorilla,
Moo Dang for president.
if Amy from the movie Congo, if you know, you
Amy,
know,
good gorilla.
if she's on the sideline doing sign language saying Amy, Amy, and the other players are winning, I'm over there. I'd be dressed as a gorilla in the stands dancing. I'd be happy as picking shit.
I'd be like that dude in the crowd in the Oakland A's in 2013 when they what was it, Grant Balfour came out in Balfour Rage and they were just doing the fucking fist
Yes,
punches.
with the Hulk Hogan. I'm sorry, the
With the
Incredible
gor-
Hulk fist.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
with the gorilla mask and the Hulk fist.
Yes,
they were playing
yes.
one. They just played the breakdown to one. It was sick.
So going back to the team for a second, everything looks bad in this team.
Horrible.
Everything. Drake May, only saving grace. And it goes back to my thing where I said you should have started him week 1. I fully believe that. Can you imagine for a second, not to involve your Broncos, I thought about this while watching the Patriots. I said, man, if the Broncos somehow got Drake May and they started Drake May week 1 and he looks as good as he does now, are the Broncos undefeated because of that defense playing that well? And Drake May Drake May is on pace to throw 40 touchdowns.
Listen, I think Drake. Here's the thing with Drake May. And whatever Sean Payton runs a specific type of offense.
I know he does.
So no, I don't think Drake May is coming in and tearing it up in Denver any more or less than than Bo Nix just. Now was Drake May better out the gate physically than Bo Nix? Yes.
Sure, yes.
I still had Bo Nix number 1, but if you remember, I had Drake May at close 2.
Well, I know because I
I
remember
wanted either one.
Sean Payton wanted Patrick Mahomes. And then he
Yeah.
got taken right before his pick, and he was like, "My guy was Mahomes. That was my pick."
Yep.
He did
Oops.
like imagine if he got Mahomes.
He'd still be in New Orleans winning Super Bowls right now.
Well,
The Saints would be the new-
you
the
go from
Saints would be
Breeze
the
to
new
Mahomes.
dynasty.
It'd be unrealistic.
It would be
unrealistic.
it'd be the most ridiculous transition of power because the difference is you would have had Breeze winning 1 Super Bowl,
Yes.
much like Favre did in Green Bay, except that on the other end, the Aaron Rodgers would have won multiple Super Bowls by now,
Yeah.
unlike Aaron Rodgers only won 1 with Green Bay.
That's a
Yeah.
whole other topic with Aaron Rodgers. I
He
think
was like,
I
I
think
beat Caleb Haney in an NFC championship, god damn it.
he just straight up sucks ass now. Well, that's
Yeah,
another
we'll get
point
into the
to.
Jets. We'll get into the Jets
But
in a minute.
as I try to wrap up my Patriots hatred right now,
Yes.
it's not
Pour it on me. Speaking of
it's
strip
poor
clubs.
coaching.
Pour some sugar on me. Do
Number
you want
one
to go to
song.
the strip club next week?
Not really.
Yeah, let's do a boys trip. I think you know
You
what.
want to go? Not
let's
really.
take Tuesday night off from the show next week, and we'll do a bonding.
How am
a
I
boys
going to
bonding.
explain that?
What do you mean? We're
With
not going
two
to tell your
kids.
wife what we're actually doing.
She half listens half the time.
Yeah, half. That's all it takes.
You're like, take the chance that she didn't listen this time.
Yeah. So we go, and we're just like, you know what? We got to do a little. We just tell them we're going to do the show, and we're going to do it live from a
Undisclosed
remote
location.
We're
Yeah.
doing it from a remote location. We're going to a bar in, Attleboro. And we ended up like, you know what? The show got technical difficulties. We couldn't do it. And we happened to end up at the Foxy in Providence.
What bar is blasting Tom Waits in the background?
You know, I mean, it's just, and then we could go, and then we come home. We're smelling like cocoa butter and Tresemme.
Oh,
and
God. Wait, before you go on the topic about glitter and all this other shit going on, too.
I just really want to go
Mayo-
to the Shake Joint.
Apparently. Mayo did
I don't
the
know
game.
why, but now all of a sudden, this is Sean Watson talking. Me wanting to go back to the petting zoo.
Joey shows up at the thing, free Deshaun Watson at a Denver game.
Who
Everyone's
wants to
like,
go?
why?
Anybody in the chat want to go to the Shake Joint with me? Like, I haven't been in forever.
It's been a few years.
I could
We'll get
could
up
use
there.
an overpriced gin and tonic, and a C-section scar, and a fake pair of botched titties in my face.
My God. You're describing it all too accurately. Please.
Worst thing they ever did was get rid of temps on the bridge.
And
Love
end
that
of
place.
end of the game, Mayo comes out and says, "This is the work-related research." Yeah, T.O. End of the game, Mayo comes out. This team's soft. Basically says the team sucks. Can't tackle. Can't do anything right. Everyone makes a big deal out of it. Everyone lines like, at least he's saying something that's correct. At least he's coming out and coming forward. Then Monday morning comes. Well, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean
The
team
way
suck."
he backtracks on shit. Oh, we
hate
got
that shit.
money to burn. Just kidding. We actually don't. Well, do you not? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, come on.
And then our favorite shows, Pat McAfee, the Manning cast, Belichick's on both, and Belichick kind of rips on Mayo, saying, we had the number one run defense in the league last year, and then Belichick goes on to name 13 guys on defense currently, which includes most of the starters and the backups, and he's like, I wouldn't say any of those guys are soft. That was like an A-plus, like, ass-ripping Belichick just gave to him.
Because Bill Belichick is the fucking GOAT. If you haven't been paying attention, Bill Belichick, ladies and gentlemen, is the greatest head coach in any sport ever.
So if you, and this is another thing that really bothers me about Patriots fans, because Patriots fans
literally kills me to fucking say that.
Are so fickle.
Made my life
where I
miserable.
was on,
20 years.
I was like, you better not get rid of this man. And so you're telling me that the defense became so bad after Belichick left, it went from number 1 to 26th in 7 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Belichick is that good of a coach with the same guys that are such dog shit and are bottom 5.
Bill Belichick
are now,
is that fucking good.
Are now what were number 1 last year.
What have I been trying to explain to people for the last 20 years, Sean?
I know. And I couldn't get past people saying they wanted to change, they wanted this. I said, if you want to change from Belichick to GM, I understand that.
Nope,
sure.
Don't even understand that. We went over it ad nauseum.
But at coach, I was like, absolutely, I will not bend.
No, I
on
think
coach.
I think I made a pretty fucking good case for why Bill Belichick, the GM,
was fine.
was top 3 or 4 in the league at worst.
Well, this offseason, we just signed all of his guys that were so bad to extensions.
Yeah. Oh,
the whole team.
they were so terrible. We're going to extend them all.
The whole team.
You know,
the only person they didn't bring back was Judon.
And I
they
love
actually
it.
might be right on that because Judon's not playing well in Atlanta right now. So maybe
Well,
the injury.
who the fuck is playing well in Atlanta? Not even Justin Simmons is playing well in Atlanta.
No, Drake London's doing okay. He's like the only one.
Okay, cool. I mean, Atlanta kind of just fucking blows, bro. Like, Atlanta's another one of those towns where it's just like, I love Atlanta. And
action.
I low key have a soft spot for the Falcons.
I don't.
But at 4-3, dude, like they're behind the Tampa Bay Bucks.
They're a fake 4-3.
They're fucking fraudulent 4-3.
They look like shit, and they're 4-3.
They got Kirk Cousins as quarterback, and they drafted his backup. And they drafted his replacement.
Who already saw action
in the first round.
He played this week.
He completed his first pass this week.
By the way, I like Penix a lot, and we've talked about this. He threw that ball 198 miles an hour on like a 7-yard pass. I'm like, don't need to do that.
He was a little excited. He Michael Vick that one a little bit, you know. But he's wearing the red and black, bro.
Pedestrian in the chat. I'm not a Bijan guy. Not yet.
You don't like Bijan Freeze Robinson?
No.
I like Bijan Freeze.
I don't know. I don't see it. He makes all the exciting plays, and he cuts back, and he's quick. Give me 2 more years of that, and then his career's over. I think he's like flash in the pan.
No. I don't think he's gonna be. Nobody.
No.
Who, outside of Derrick Henry, what running back? Alvin Kamara.
I was gonna say Alvin Kamara just got a 2-year extension today, and he's already over 30. So there are guys that can do it.
Oh, they extended Alvin Kamara today.
Today, for $30 million. 2 years.
Damn, that means he's not coming to Denver.
He's not going to Denver.
Fuck. It's kind of hoping that was gonna happen. We could have used him.
Well, they love that they're doing the Kubiak and Shanahan run blocking.
I know, it just makes total sense.
And Kamara's career is rejuvenated this year. He's
fucking
phenomenal.
killing it.
What was I going to tell you about the fucking Derrick Henry? Everyone told me he was a dog shit, and I was like, Dallas. He wanted to go to Dallas. Dallas like, we're going to bring back Ezekiel Elliott, who they haven't played. So they could have had fucking Henry.
Can I
said,
tell
no
you?
thanks.
Can I tell you about why my chocolate stud pony, Derrick Henry, is the fucking best running back in the league right now?
Why?
My fantasy team, I rolled out this week is my starting wide receivers: Cortland Sutton, Tank Dell, and Deebo Samuel. Do you know how many points I got combined between those 3 receivers?
12.
1.
God damn.
1. Do you know how many points I won by in fantasy this week?
1.
27. Do you know why? Because my chocolate fucking stud pony, Derrick Henry, just whipped out his dick and was just like, "What's up, Tampa? Here it is. How you doing? Hold that shit. Put it on your shoulder, okay? Look to your right, give it a little kiss, and then look forward and don't acknowledge it again until I tell you to, okay? Because Derrick Henry is a fucking beast.
I don't understand why nobody thought. As a Patriots fan, I was like, I wanted Derrick Henry. I was like, why not?
Who the fuck doesn't? Anybody who didn't want Derrick Henry is an idiot.
It was like most teams, though. They were like, oh, it's all done.
No,
he's over.
No. I can assure you it's not. That man took off last night. I thought it was over. He took off last night from, I think it was like, the 10-yard line on the kickoff?
Yeah.
And he was just like, see ya. And I'm like, oh, there it is. There's my 90-yard touchdown that I knew was coming tonight. And we'll get into the Jets and fucking me in that parlay. It cost me fucking $2,000 this week too, but we'll get into that in a minute. But he ended up finishing, and I get it, and trust me, I am a huge preacher of nobody gives a flying fuck about your fucking fantasy team. But he finished with 25.2 points for me, and I won by 17.
Joey, I don't want to talk about our fantasy team because I scored the third most points and lost again. I have.
Oh, welcome to my fucking world, you dickbag.
I have the second highest points. I think I'm only in second place by like 0.2 points for most points, and I'm in dead last.
I am in a dude. The league is a logjam right now.
It's fucked.
From 4 to 8 is within one game.
That's horrible.
Yep, I'm coming, baby. I'm coming.
If I somehow
I don't know
make
what
the
I'm going to do
playoffs-
at wide receiver, but I'm coming.
If I somehow make the playoffs and go on this mini winning streak,
somehow I'm making the playoffs and I go on the mini winning streak.
I don't know why I'm Italian.
Beepity boopity. I don't either, but I like it.
Well, I may be the only person in our league that wins.
But
most
anyway,
points.
Derrick Henry's a fucking boss, bro. I don't understand. Anybody who thought this kid, and we knew he was going to feast with Lamar in that offense. And real quick, before we get into the Jets and my Broncos and everything else, NFL and NASCAR and everything else.
Yeah.
Was last night not, and I want people to remember this, okay? I'm saying this right now after week 7, Monday night, Ravens, Bucks in Tampa. Lamar goes off, right? What did Lamar do? What do you
have 4 touchdowns, something like that? Hold on, I'll tell you the stats right now.
4 total touchdowns, 300 passing. He lit it up. He was up there last night.
Last night, October 21st.
Yep.
Right. 281 yards, 5 touchdowns, a rating of 158.1, near perfect.
So 158.2 is perfect. 158.1 is what he got.
I thought it was 160 was perfect.
No, 158.2. Or was it 158.3?
I don't know.
I think it's 158.3.
Let's look up perfect quarterback rating.
Not QBR. We're talking the OG quarterback rating.
Yeah. 158.3.
158.3. So he was 0.2 off of a perfect quarterback rating. 5 tutties.
How?
Okay. Now, I want all of you
To remember this game.
to remember this game. Put this, mark the tape, as they say, right? Flag it. Mark the tape. When we get to the third Sunday of January and the Ravens score 9 points on 3 field goals and lose 17 to 9 to, I don't know, insert fucking team here, I want you to remember this game. So when I criticized Lamar Jackson in January, I just want you to know I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid now.
Right.
He does this every fucking year. Every year he does this. I'm all set. You can have your Lamar Jackson. That Ravens defense, I'm sorry, it's terrible. It's not good. It's not good enough to win a Super Bowl. The offense, listen, dude, they're going to light it up against Tampa Bay on Monday night in Week 7. They're going to light it up. I'm sure if I look down their schedule, Week 12 or 13, I'm sure they'll have a fucking primetime game on Sunday or Thursday night, and they'll light it up then too. They do this every single year. The bottom line is they're still second in the division, okay? Pittsburgh is still winning that division right now. And I don't really give a flying fuck what happens. Yeah, here you go. November 25th, 8:15 at the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm sure on Monday night, Lamar is going to light it the fuck up. Or maybe November 7th, Thursday night, against the Cincinnati Bengals at home. He's going to light it up. And that's it for their primetime games for the rest of the year. But I'm sure he's going to fucking kill it. They get the bye week 14. They get the Giants, Steelers, Texans, and Browns to finish out the year, okay?
Yep.
2 easy wins in the Giants and the Browns. And who knows what the Steelers will be playing for come Christmas weekend. And then they play the Texans on Christmas Day. Who knows what either one of those teams will be playing for at that point. Remember this game. Okay, I want you to remember
This is number 5 or 6.
significance of this game. Okay? And what I call an opportunity NFL. Okay? Lamar Jackson. Okay? he is going to light it up. He's going to put up fucking numbers.
He puts up numbers in the playoffs sometimes, but then they always lose.
But it doesn't. I'm talking the third Sunday of January,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is divisional or championship round,
Trash.
which I don't know which one it'll end up being.
Trash.
They're gonna score in single digits,
Unless,
and they're gonna get bounced.
Unless Derrick Henry, they just say, we need you to carry us to the promised land.
And even still, they're not gonna hand the fucking ball to him.
They'll let him run it.
They had the opportunity to beat the Chiefs last week, and they handed the ball off last year, and they handed the ball off 8 fucking times.
I know.
8.
I know.
Because John Harbaugh seemingly just forgets how to fucking coach when it comes to January.
Is it? Someone said that
Except for 2012 when he miraculously just decided to not forget how to coach, and Joe Flacco miraculously figured out how to throw a fucking deep ball, and, my Broncos were the number one. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Someone did say that Lamar, checked out of a bunch of those plays, though. That was the truth.
Oh, cool.
But that,
Great.
shouldn't you
Put
not?
your dog on a leash then. I don't
I was
know.
gonna say, shouldn't you not allow him to do that? Then,
Yeah, I
especially
don't then if he's checking out of the plays into plays that don't fucking work, then why are you letting him check out of those fucking plays? You're the boss, coach.
You know how it goes.
Yeah.
You know how that goes. But no, you are right. You talked about it last night. I did see it this morning. You talked about it last night, and I was like, I agree with you. I was like, Lamar, regular season, stat machine. Lamar playoffs, dog shit.
Oh, they're already talking about how Lamar should be
MVP?
MVP.
Oh, wow.
And Josh Allen. What were they saying? Josh Lamar's tied for the league lead, the lead in his division, and Buffalo's already won their division, and yet Buffalo hasn't. Josh Allen hasn't played a good game yet, or hasn't played a game like that yet, and I'm like.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, first of all, he has.
He had 4 touchdowns the second week of the year.
Yeah, you're obviously short-term memory loss, but okay, cool, whatever.
Only 5 weeks ago.
Listen, I think I picked Josh Allen to be MVP this year, right? I said Trevor Lawrence is number 2.
Yeah, you did say Trevor Lawrence.
I said Trevor
It all
Lawrence, and I
fell
said
apart.
Josh Allen and Lamar.
But Josh Allen was the easy pick, I thought, because Josh Allen was set up to be it's boom or bust. Either you're the MVP.
Bro, the Bills are 5-2. I don't know what everybody's fucking crying about with the Bills. They're
crying about.
Everybody's treating the Bills like they're dead in the water. And I'm like,
oh, I think they just see there's
they're 5-2.
There's no depth on defense. All their players are injured.
Okay, great. They're 5-2.
They did trade for everyone's favorite wide receiver.
Yeah, they did. And guess what? They got a 4:00 game against Seattle. Okay, win.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna go into Seattle and beat them. They get
Probably.
the Dolphins at home.
Dolphins are dog shit this
Dunk
year.
on them. At the Colts, dunk on them. And then they get the Chiefs right before their bye week in Week 17. So they're probably going to be 1, 2, 3, 8-2 going into that Kansas City game.
So speaking of Dolphins, really quick,
Who knows what that game is going to line up, because the Kansas City Chiefs, on the flip side of that coin, don't exactly have a layup of a schedule here coming up.
Speaking of the Chiefs need wide receiver help, right? Because all their guys are injured.
Do
you know who the Chiefs should get? Cooper Kupp.
If the Chiefs are smart, yeah.
Perfect for them. Perfect.
Cup of Cup would be great. You know who the Broncos should get? Cup of Cup.
The Broncos want to get rid of Sutton again. I just saw
No,
that.
they don't.
I'm like,
No,
why do I keep seeing that?
No, because there's for whatever reason, there is this just idiot contingency in the media that looks at available players and they think oh, he's expendable. Oh, the Broncos just won in dominating fashion on Thursday night, and Cortland Sutton didn't even get a target. They don't need him. I'm like, yeah, but the other guys were open because of what Cortland was drawing to him. No, the Broncos are not getting rid of Sutton. If they would have done it, if they were going to do that, they would have done it this past
Well,
summer.
they would have done it last year.
They would have done it in this past offseason. They're not getting rid of Cortland
I constantly see the name.
If the Broncos get rid of Cortland Sutton, I would be shocked. Shocked.
Okay.
The Broncos are buyers right now, not sellers.
They should be buyers.
They are buyers. They're 4-3. They're very much in the conversation for a wild card, if not the division, depending on how things go. Because let's be honest, the Kansas City Chiefs are not playing very good fucking football right now.
No, they have no offense.
They're very opportunistic, and they're doing very well defensively. But eventually, that shit's going to fucking grind to a halt.
That was
It
the
always
Patriots, though.
does.
Remember the Patriots were 9-0? It was
Dude,
it was like magic.
We see this. No, you're talking 2019. They went 8-0.
Yes.
And then they went 4-4 the rest of the year, and they then lost to the Titans in the wild card round.
Yep. We got to Thanksgiving, and then we.
And I remember saying it on the show and being like, "This is the most fraudulent 8-0 team I've ever seen in my entire life." And you guys, everybody laughed at me. They're like, oh, yeah, 8-0, doesn't matter how fraudulent you think it is. I said, okay, cool. Enjoy your 4-4 run to finish the season, bitches. And then they did. And then they got stomped by the fucking Titans of all teams in the fucking wildcard round. How embarrassing.
By Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel and Marcus Mariota. Ew.
The Hawaiian Prince.
Yeah.
Is he alive? Or is he out of football?
Marcus Mariota?
Is he anywhere?
Bro, he just came in relief on Sunday.
For what team?
For the Commanders, for the Skins.
He's the backup?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he kind of killed it.
Him in short spurts is like almost unstoppable.
Right? That's what I'm saying. It's kind of nuts.
He's like an actual Wildcat quarterback that can actually play Wildcat.
Dude, he killed it. I mean,
so funny. But if you put him full time, dog shit. Can't do anything.
No, we're good.
As soon as you name him starter, he's like, it's over.
Fuck him. 774-992-8702. One last thing I want to say about last night's game, the Bucks and the Ravens. Baker Mayfield was throwing some fucking hospital balls last night. I know Evans and Godwin both got hurt, and that was not Baker Mayfield's fault.
No, especially Godwin. Godwin was a freak injury.
Yeah, it was a freak injury. And honestly, if you're one of those people that are like, oh, they've had all the elements of a hip drop tackle, go fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of the league.
It was not a hip drop tackle.
Football's not for you. Get the fuck out of here. I know Adam Schefter reported it. The league is looking into it. If the league comes down and finds him on that, I'm gonna fucking
grow some balls. It's a fucking tackle.
Just at that point, just put
a
flags
regular
on. I mean,
tackle.
I know we say it. I'm thinking we're within the 10-year window of flags.
10 years, dude. If we get to 2029 and we don't have flags, it'll be a miracle. That's 5 years away.
Tend to agree. That being said, Baker Mayfield did not look good last night. I know they came back and they kind of stormed back a little bit and they cut that lead down to 10, but they did not look. Baker just did not look good against a bad defense. He was letting balls loose high.
He's turning to Cleveland Baker.
Yeah, and I mean I think he's pushing a little bit too much because Evans was hurt. They're injured, and he's trying to keep them in it. I mean I know they're 4-3, and I think they're still on top of their division actually.
Weirdly,
oddly enough, yeah, they're 4-3. They're tied for the league, the division lead with the Falcons right now. Which I mean, not for nothing.
Falcons.
Do you have any fucking faith in the Falcons? I don't.
No, not at all. I don't think the Falcons have faith in the Falcons.
No. I do have a little bit more faith in Kyle Pitts, though. He has actually fucking delivered a couple of points for me fantasy-wise lately. So.
But like, how bad is it when you're losing to the Seahawks? The Seahawks who also beat you, and they're now 4-3, where you take out Kirk, like in the third, and you're like, fuck it, let's put the new kid in. It's the third quarter. The game's not over yet. Anything can still happen. Seattle went on to score 17 points after that. But you're talking about a very winnable game still, and you pull your starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't have any faith in that team. I don't know what their thought process is. Like, I don't get it.
Nobody does. Let's shift gears, Sean.
Oh, wait, really quick.
Yes.
Miami Dolphins. Did you see? No, I'm not going to talk about the Miami Dolphins because I don't give a shit and everything. They fucking deserve everything they get to them. But Mike McDaniel, how do you feel about the screenshot that's going around where they're getting their backs blown out? Offensively, defensively, they can't do anything. And then there's a scene of Waddle, Hill, Wes Welker, and Mike McDaniel, all the two wide receivers sitting on the bench and the two coaches standing up looking at them, all making jokes and laughing, while the rest of the team looks like they were all told they have like moments to live and like on their deathbed, and they're making jokes amongst the four of themselves and having a good time.
One of two things. Either they all know that their jobs are secure and they don't have to care, or they know that even if their jobs are not secure, they are paid enough where they don't have to care.
I don't know what Welker does there. I think Welker's like the wide receiver coach or some shit, or like assistant coach. But I can't picture him getting paid well doing that.
I thought Mike McDaniel was going to be one of these next great kind of young, up-and-coming head coaches. He's
trash.
Proven me wrong,
100%
unfortunately.
trash. Awful head coach. Great offensive coordinator. I don't even know about that anymore. I think it's all fake. And I don't know why I want to talk about Miami. What's wrong with me? Tua wants to come back. And they're like, they kind of pushed him on, like, hey, you should really wear that Guardian cap. He's like, no, I'm not going to wear that. It's a personal preference. And I'm not going to talk about if I get another concussion again either. It's like, dude, if you get another concussion, you may have to be like forced into retirement. Because if they're as bad as everyone's saying they are, like that you're like struggling to see and like you can't walk after these concussions now, I'm like, someone's gonna have to hold you away from the game or you will literally die on the field.
And he did come out in his press conference and say, like, I understand there's football, there's risks to be taken, and I'm willing to take those risks. I get it.
But the NFL's not going to allow that.
They might. They might.
If you see a guy get knocked out and he gets like crippled on the field from like a brain injury, the NFL's going to be like,
well,
absolutely not.
They can't tell him. They can't tell him no, you can't play.
They can force the doctors to not clear him.
But they can the NFL absolutely has those influences. We just talked about it in the first hour about the NFL's influence. And the owner's influence in, blackmailing players, which I'm sure is a thing. Yeah, I think this could be another one of those situations where the NFL says, yeah, you know what? No, you're not going to play anymore. No, I'm good. No, I don't think you understand. No, you're not.
The answer is no.
I don't understand. I don't know what the NFL would gain from that because the NFL gains ratings when Tua plays. They gain when Tua plays. So they might let Tua play just to cash in on him. I don't know, which I think would be more of an NFL type of thing to do by, exposing a player to the obvious risks and dangers and adverse health effects that come with playing football when he's already injured and already well beyond a state of needing to be, tabled.
Mm-hmm.
That would make more sense for the NFL to cash in on a guy like that. But yeah, I mean, if they're going to try to uphold this whole, we're all about player safety thing, which we all know is full fucking bullshit anyway, then I don't know. I really don't know. It is a mystery to me how the NFL operates in this scenario.
I think they just can't allow it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't.
Well, from a normal person's standpoint, yeah, they can't and shouldn't allow it.
But you know how today's media will attack them. The NFL is barbaric. They allowed this man with brain damage.
They don't give a fuck as long as the hashtag NFL is in the tweets and it's in the news. They don't give a shit.
Fair.
They don't care. It's no news is bad news. Bad news is good news. That's how it goes. I mean, it's the way of the world, dude.
Mm-hmm.
People want to see. People tune in. Nobody watches. I watch NASCAR because I love racing. Most people watch NASCAR because they want to see the crashes. Right? People watch football because they want to see big hits in football, and it's football. It's gladiators and men and girls and beer and red meat and that's what we're here for. At the end of the day, that's what 90% of the NFL audience is. It's like alcohol, right? Like what is it? Like 5% of people who drink alcohol are addicts.
Yes.
Or 10% of people who drink alcohol are addicts.
Yes.
That's the alcohol industry's primary consumers. That's who they're most worried about. They don't want you to get addicted. They're banking on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you give them like 75% of their money. The addicts do.
Yes.
Whereas the other 90% of us, it's like taxpayers. Like, the top 1% foot like 45% or 55% of the income tax bill in this country. And they're like, tax the rich. And we're like, they already pay 55%. How much more do you want them to pay?
They're like 100?
More. And we're like, but they already pay more than everybody else. And they're like,
they just keep playing Kobe Bryant more.
Yeah.
Over and over again. The guy's like, we're at 97% tax rate. How much more do you want? More tax.
So I don't know, it's the NFL, dude. I put nothing past them.
I know. I had to get that quick little quirk in there because Mike McDaniel has always rubbed me the wrong way, and I was like, I just don't trust that guy.
You've never liked him. And honestly,
I just don't trust
anybody
him.
who doesn't trot the field goal unit out to set the NFL record for the highest scoring game in NFL history, I gotta question your fucking. I gotta question you, bro.
Oh, do you
You're sus as fuck.
Do you want to laugh about a record not being broken?
Sure.
The Celtics tied the 3-point record in the game tonight with 8 minutes left to go in the fourth, right? The Celtics could not hit a 3 to break the record after that.
Of course they couldn't.
They went 0 for 13.
Oh, wait. You mean when the pressure was on, the Celtics couldn't hit a 3? Oh, my God.
Oh.
If that is not foreshadowing for what's to come, then I don't know what is.
0 for 13 in 8 minutes, and you couldn't hit a 3.
How many did Tatum put up?
I think they took Tatum out for
Okay.
the whole thing. I think it was all the backups played, and all the backups just shot threes. So they were all, what's his name from Along Came Polly? Make it rain! Just launch it. Dude, I went to Twitter really quick just to see the score of the game, and everyone is just making that connection, saying, yo, it's really this dude. They were just shooting up jumpers like uncontested from threes, and it was awful.
Because all of a sudden the pressure was on, and then the Celtics turned to a pumpkin. Again, that's what they do. They didn't face any pressure last year, so that's why they won. That won't be the case this year. Like, if you're asking me right now, after game 1 with 81 to go, do I think the Celtics will finish number 1 in the East? Probably.
It's going to be difficult for them staying healthy. It's going to be difficult for them not to be like top 2, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in the East that's really good. I mean, unless somebody emerges
You mean the Knicks, that trade wasn't phenomenal? I thought that trade was dog shit the moment it happened, and I
questioned it out loud immediately. I called my buddy. I was at work when I saw it, and I called him, and I was like, dude, what the fuck is this? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know why everybody's so excited about this.
I made no sense to me.
It's like they sacrificed depth for front-end talent and kind of got neither. I don't know.
Does Cat really do anything for you at this point?
No. Like, what's Cat doing for you that anybody on the route that you traded away wasn't doing for you already?
No idea.
And wait till Cat has a fucking has a rough day at the office and the New York media gets a hold of him and he turtles up. Come on. Like, what are you talking about? I mean, listen, I want the Knicks. I do. I think they're better than the Celtics, or they could beat the Celtics in a 7-game set. Of course I do. Celtics are soft. I don't think the Celtics learned anything last year. They didn't learn. The Celtics didn't learn how to win last year. They learned how to cruise through a playoff.
Dude, Jaylen Brown.
They learned how to just oh, wow, okay, so this is what happens when every single best player on the other team gets hurt at the exact right moment, and all you got to play is fucking 5 seeds. Cool. Like, enjoy your banner. I hope you enjoyed it. It's fucking bullshit, and everybody knows it. But you know what? Hey, you still put one up. Cool. Be the in-season champs this year. Then I'll be impressed. Until then, fuck off.
Jaylen Brown went to the Ben Wallace school of eating steroids and just getting jacked this offseason. So how dare you say they're going to get bullied?
But can he still go left? Because if he can still go left, then they're going to be okay.
Dude, he can't go left anyway.
Okay. Well, whatever. We have so much time to talk about basketball, especially since right now, what time is it?
Oh, my God.
10:45. Oh, so has Bronny and Braun shared the floor yet?
Oh, no. I didn't fucking put my bet in.
Have they shared
Has
the
the
floor?
game started?
Yeah, it's 30-27.
Fuck.
It was like Broncos. Lakers are up.
I'm running to FanDuel right now.
No, Bronny James still zeros. So
I have time. Wait, what time's left in the game?
there is 9 minutes left in the second quarter still.
Okay, good.
Damn, really? Game started at 10 o'clock. It's 10:45. How is there still that much time in the second left? Anyway.
Holy shit. Plus 900 to Brian to score 5+ points. They have no faith in this man.
None. Garbage time, though, +5? I think you can get that.
Dude, Bronny James, if he wins Rookie of the Year, plus 50,000.
I mean, he shouldn't win Rookie of the Year.
I'm betting on that right now.
I mean, you may as well.
How much can I bet? Nah.
I mean, throw $10 on
I'm
it.
going to throw $20, so it's 10,000.
Don't be a pussy.
I did.
Throw 100.
No.
Come on.
It's definitely I'm going to lose $100.
I know that. You know that. We all know that. But it's still worth it.
I don't know. I might do this plus 900 for 5 points this game. Thinking about it.
I mean, is it on FanDuel?
Yeah, it's FanDuel right now. Hey, they just moved the lines. Okay, now Bronny James 2+ points, plus 105, which that's not terrible. Now it's 5+ points, 440. Fuck. No,
Plus 440?
Plus 440 now.
Damn, cut it in half.
Well, I think they're updating it as the time goes.
Let's see. Bronny James to score a field goal assisted by LeBron James in the second quarter. No, that ain't happening. Bronny ain't getting in the second.
No, I don't want the second. I want later in the game. I want fourth.
Yeah.
I want Bronny's first points. Damn, it moved.
Hang on, let me see if I can. Is there a thing of like just Bronny James on this?
Yeah, I looked it up. If you just search Bronny James, I know. I'm sorry, everybody. Compelling radio, But we're betting on Bronny James' first points because it's just cash.
Player by points.
Nah, there's almost nothing for tonight's game now.
Nah, they took it
God
all
damn
down.
it.
Damn it. All right. Well, next time. 774-992-8702. What else are we going to do? Let's see. Let me just touch on my Broncos real quick.
Okay.
We absolutely dick slapped the Saints on Thursday night, like I said we would.
That was, my God, that was a mugging.
Yeah.
Spencer Rattler, looked like shit.
There was no way. Listen, there was no way in hell the Saints were winning that game with Spencer Rattler and Chris Olave out. Alvin Kamara was playing, but not nearly as productive as he needed to be. Listen, the Broncos defense is an elite unit. When this offense catches up to it, the Broncos are going to be a fucking problem. All right, they got the Carolina Panthers at home in Denver on Sunday. I think that should be another cakewalk.
Oh, that's going to be a tough match for you guys.
Yeah, well, it should. Listen, there's no such thing,
I know. Actually, I don't believe it. The Panthers this year, if when the Patriots play the Panthers, if we don't beat the Panthers, you might not ever see me again. I might be the Steelers guy. I'll be hanging myself through the
If you guys
bathroom.
don't beat the Panthers, that'd be great for you guys.
I don't care about
Because
the first overall pick.
Yeah, but the good news is for you guys is the more Drake May plays and the better he looks and the worse your record is, the better it is for next year.
Oh, well, we need players, so.
And if you believe that Gerard Mayo is going to be out after this year, which
I don't think he's going to be out.
I don't think he's going to be either, because I think he's going to get 2 years.
Oh, I think he gets 3 for sure.
I think he's getting 2. I honestly, I think he might get, if they get to this point next year and they're 1-6 again, I think he's out.
Oh my God! If we're back to, listen, if we only win one game all this year, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be pissed. That is fucking
winning
disgrace.
only one game is hard to do in the NFL. Like, you can at least luck into a couple of games here and there,
like
if you're well coached. Like you
right
were
now,
under,
we're not.
Like you were under Bill Belichick.
If Bill Belichick's on this
You
team
can
right
at least
now,
go into Denver on Christmas Eve and ruin their fucking Christmas and their playoff hopes.
if Belichick's head coach right now, the same exact team, what's our record? I said 3-4, 4-3.
I'll say 3-4.
3
'Cause
times as many wins.
Yeah, just based on the defense not sucking absolute balls.
Yeah.
So that being said, Denver dick slapped the Saints like I said they would. We'll be 5-3 at the end of by this time next week, which is a game behind where I thought we would be, because I thought we would have beat the Chargers, last Sunday, which really bummed me out. But oh well. But then we'll be Sean. Then we're halfway to 10, which means if we get to 10 and we go 10-7,
You did say that.
this guy wins a jizzle. So, and you know what? If I get to 10-7 and we win the jizzle, I will take that money and I will fund our team building night to the Foxy in Providence.
What a gentleman.
I'll take that and I'll put that all towards all the 3 of us.
You have to buy a Ron Brace jersey for old time's sake.
I might tell everybody I'm Ron Bray still. And they'll be like, but he's dead. I'm like, so you thought.
No.
And they're like, what?
Wait, who's a white defensive lineman? Chris Hovan. Wasn't he a Viking?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
could
it
be
was.
you. You're like, that's me.
No, I think I fit more of the mold of like a center or a guard. You know what I mean? Because nobody knows what offensive linemen look like anyway. It's like everybody knows, like, oh, that's like T.J. Watt. Like, okay, well, he's ripped,
No, everyone knows what
and everybody knows what he looks like. And also, like, I'm not that big. But
All right, what about...
like, I can't be Logan Mankins, man. He's too big.
He's too southern, too. I'm trying to think. What about Aaron Rodgers' boy that's not playing right now? David
Bakhtiari?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Do I look like a David Bakhtiari to you? I think I look more like a Tom Nalen.
What about Bowles? What, your left tackle?
Bowles?
Yeah.
Yeah, Garrett Bowles. I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think Andrew Whitworth. If I grow the beard out, get it down the neck a little bit.
Oh, you can look this up.
Let the gray come in.
For whatever reason, Eric hit me up. Eric's our local friend of ours, Miami fan. He's like, dude, has anybody ever told you you and Daniel Kilgore look exactly the same? And I was like,
What the hell's Daniel Kilgore?
he's like center and guard for the Dolphins. I don't think he's playing this year. But I Googled it and I was like, holy shit. I do see that. I do see what he's talking about. The guy's also white haired, and it like totally threw me for a loop. But I was like, I can see it.
Yeah, actually I do.
And he saw the picture, and he was like, "It looks like you guys could be like related." And I was like,
If his beard was a little grayer.
"Well, it might be grayer now
Yeah.
because I think you're seeing him on the Chiefs, and it's like all dark."
Yeah. Oh, wait, where is he now? Miami?
I think he was in Miami. I'm not sure if he's with the 49ers right now. Hold on, I'm going to tell you right now where he is.
Oh, yeah, I can see it.
No, San Francisco right now.
Oh, that's what I was looking at. San Fran. No, that's the Quaves. Yeah, there he is in San Fran. Yep, there he is. No,
Like that? A little bit, yeah.
I mean, nah, he's going to grow it out.
But yeah, eventually it will get grayer because he's like a year younger than I am. Or 2 years younger than I am.
That ain't it, Chief.
But yes, it's the gray hair.
It's just the grays. That's all it comes down to.
But I saw like the rounded face and gray hair, and I was like, maybe this could be me. I'm like, it might be.
Listen, when I used to look at Andrew Whitworth, I was like,
oh my God, that's what you used to say that. You're like,
I'm like, that guy is a luxurious human being.
you leaned in, you're like, that's me.
He looks just like me. He's very handsome, by the way.
You Photoshop your face onto the jersey, and you're like, I told you.
Indeed. Where were we going from here? We had, let's do the Jets a little bit.
We do the Jets, and then I did send the group the Soto video because we like.
Yes, and this is my foot, by the way. If you want to know what a ruptured plantar fascia tendon looks like, that's it.
It's rough.
That's it. It's not fun.
No, of course not. Oh my God, not fun, and it's an understatement. It's painful as shit.
It actually didn't hurt that bad. It just, you can't, your foot just doesn't work anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a big part of it, yes.
Yeah, your foot just doesn't work. And that's I think the scariest part is you're like, why is my foot not functioning the way it's supposed to?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, I'm supposed to be walking and I can't put any weight on this and it sucks. But it doesn't hurt. Like, it's like a dull, it's almost like one of those dull aches that hits you in like the pit of the stomach that makes you want to throw up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because maybe that's truly what was as painful. But I drove an hour and a half home from Maynard. That was my right foot.
You can.
That was my gas pedal foot.
It's uncomfortable.
Very.
Yes.
Utilize cruise control a lot in that ride. I do not blame Boston Paintball at all for that injury, by the way. Not that they would let me blame them because I signed the waiver saying if anything like that happens to me, that they are completely free of.
Yeah, but it was just like you running on it. Just like
it was just me being a fucking fat fuck and being like, oh, like, you know what the worst part about that was? We played 5-on-5. We were playing, I guess, X-ball, which, you know, with no scores, no times, whatever. But we were just playing 5-on-5, playing 5-man. I shot 4 out of 5 people. And I went to shoot the last one, and I moved up. And I was like, oh, let me go close this out. Just do what I do. And I'm like, ow. Did I just get shot in the fucking foot? And I'm like, and you can see me on my GoPro because I had a GoPro on my gun, looking at the bottom of my foot, like checking for paint because I thought I got shot.
I stepped on a nail.
And I'm like, what the hell did I just step on? And then I just was like, oh, no. Oh, no. And then I hobbled my ass off the field. But I was getting shot by the last guy. I'm like, fuck you, dick. I was about to end you. But whatever.
Question. I don't paintball. When you get shot, you put your hand up like it's airsoft and everything else too. Like your hand just goes up and you walk off, or you just stay there.
You just walk off.
Because I've seen people with paintball, when they get shot, they just lay on the ground right there and they don't get up again. And I'm like,
it depends.
I'm like, isn't that dangerous to shot? Like someone could like step on you and like break your ribs.
Yeah, no, you're supposed to. You need to leave the field of play.
Oh, see, this one the people didn't leave; they just laid there.
That's some sort of probably different weirdo scenario.
Okay,
that's probably some fucking like. We're recreating the Battle of the Bulge, and we're only using Milsa. That's some fucking nerd shit.
Well, I've seen airsoft, and people take that crazy serious.
Oh my god, airsoft is the worst,
dude. Airsoft. I see. I'm gonna keep talking while you take a quick break. No, the biggest thing I see with airsoft is that you'll see those sniper guys with like the GoPros and cameras at the end of the guns, and they have snipers and all these things, and they're dressed in full ghillie suits. And I mean, it's not even close. I mean, these guys are like ready to go and get dropped off in an actual war. They have all the standard equipment that the U.S. military would give out. That to me is crazy because they put the hit markers that you see in Call of Duty on the screen, and they're like, I hit this person 9 times and they never put their hand up. And I'm like, I don't know that. I'm like, you could have missed a bunch of those. Like I'm sure there's some kind of like truth. Okay, I know you can't hear Joey, but he said most of them probably did miss or the guys didn't feel them. Like, obviously the guys with snipers, they're shooting from far away. So I would think it's acorns falling or some shit, or if I'm walking through, I wouldn't think I'm getting, like, shot from a crazy distance in airsoft. I've never played airsoft either, so don't, like, come at me and be like, oh, of course you would feel it. I have never played it. But I'm assuming, because I see a lot of these videos, and these guys are, like, hard-O's, and it rubs me the wrong way.
So... glad you brought this up because airsoft players, how do I put this lightly? Listen, I've never played airsoft before because I've had sex. Okay?
I knew some kind of like knock was coming. I didn't know what direction you were going to go with it.
Those airsoft videos that these kids post up or these guys post up, listen, man, I come from the world of paintball, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Paintball, dude, we are fucking nerds. Okay, we hand to God, we're fucking nerds. We're tech nerds. We love our equipment. We're all up in our shit, and we're like, oh yeah, this is so cool. And check out my gun and how many balls per second, and this loader and this pack and these goggle frames, and oh look how ag this is, and like, dude, trust me, Paint Wars players, we are cringy as fuck. If you don't know, if you're not part of it. And you're just listening to us talk like you're like, yo, you guys are fucking gay. And we're like, yeah, but fuck you. Because, like, the problem is, because the difference between paintball and airsoft, and this is the biggest difference the best way I can put it.
What is airsoft? Is that pellet?
Yeah, they're plastic pellets.
Okay.
So they look like real guns, and they shoot little plastic pellets. Paintball is a sport. Airsoft is a game. It's the best way I can put it.
I just don't.
Paintball requires an actual level of physical ability to be able to run, shoot, slide, dive, stay low. Like, if you watch a professional paintball match and you look at it, there's really no there's no fatties out there. Mm-hmm. Like, it's an actual sport where you're competing, physically competing. Now, it's not like football where you're hitting people and you're physically doing it. But in order to be able to snap, shoot, move, manipulate, use your cover, I could go into the intricacies of it, but I'll just bore the shit out of everybody. Paintball is a sport.
Yeah.
Airsoft is a game that a bunch of guys do when they go out in the woods, and they're like,
yeah, I don't know.
I got you. And the guy's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, and so often do I see these guys almost come to blows, and I'm like, no one ever actually fights. They all just threaten to fight each
paintball
other.
we do.
But I know, but the airsoft videos...
Trust me, I've had my fucking face punched. From the time I started playing paintball to the time I stopped playing paintball, I got punched in the face. That's probably, I'd say, 98% of the time I got punched in the face was in that window and was at a paintball
So,
field.
wait, paintball stuff, when you get shot in the clothes, does that shit come out or no? Is it like washable or just stay?
Oh yeah, no, it's all water soluble.
I have
Comes
no
right out.
idea.
I mean, if you let it sit on if you have like a white jersey and it's pink paint and it sits there all day, like yeah, it's gonna
It'll
bake
turn like
in.
red or whatever like that. Yeah.
No, it'll just it might stain your shit. But paintball is different. Like paintball, like dude, I've been nose to nose with people. With one of my buddies, Richie. I mean, I'm talking. I met him. I ran into him for the first time in 20-something years this past summer, and I asked him, like, hey, you remember me? And he's like, no. And I'm like, and I told him who I was, and he goes, holy shit. And I was like, last time he saw me, I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
And I was a lot smaller than I am now.
Yeah.
And he starts laughing. I was like, yeah, I think last time we talked to each other, we were like nose to nose, ready to kill each other.
Lip to lip.
Out at the field. He goes, yeah, I remember that. And I was like, and little did I know, my naive ass at 17 years old, that Richie was going to wipe the fucking floor with me had push come to shove. But I didn't give a flying fuck.
In the moment.
I was so hyper competitive, I didn't care. I was like, I will fight you, and I will lose this fight to prove my point, even though it's not going to prove my point at all. But I was just too young and dumb to figure that out. Learned a lot of lessons. Sometimes I get slapped across the face with a, stainless steel boomstick. It happens. It just, shit happens. But airsoft kids, dude, oh my God. Like, I think paintball players are nerds until I go to, like, the P&L 10-mans, and then I walk into, by the airsoft kids, and they're like, so anyway, I changed my class to, I was going to be the sniper today, but I think I'm going to be the machine gunner, and I think we should let Solomon be the marksman of the group because he's got the best setup for it, and he's got the ghillie suit, and that makes him, I think, the best suited to play the mid-range game. Whereas I could stay back and just kind of rain down on them, and keep suppressing fire and let you guys. And like, this is like real conversations I've heard, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, yo, I'm like telling my boys on the team, I'm like, yo, guys, we're not the gayest ones here.
My God.
Hey, come listen to this shit. Guys, these guys are totally gayer than us. And I'm sitting there, meanwhile, like, I got a cooler full of beer on my shoulder, and I'm like slugging down a Coors Light and ripping shots of McGillicuddy's grape, and I'm like, oh, going to watch my team play, like, blah, 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 blah. And these kids are like, and they're in, full ghillie, tactical vests, plates. Like, I'm like, why do you have armor piercing plates on? Like, there are no armor piercing rounds on this. Like, are you afraid somebody's gonna sneak a real gun onto the field?
The guy's like, have you never seen The Crow, asshole?
And he's like, well, how am I supposed to get ready for the apocalypse if I don't carry my plates now? And I'm like,
what?
I mean, listen, bro, I get it. Practice how you play, but also kind of fucking gay, bro. Kind of fucking gay.
He's like, I watched The Crow one time, and that's how Brandon Lee was killed.
It's dude,
one bullet snuck in there.
I'm so glad you brought that up. It's I don't know why we got off on a paintball airsoft tangent, but like airsoft.
Oh, no, it was because and then
and
those videos.
And in the videos, the kids are like, "Oh, watch me hit this guy 6 times before anything." And it's like, all right, so like an airsoft pellet travels, I'd say like 450 feet per second.
That's actually faster than I thought.
Well, a paintball chronoing on in a paintball field is 280.
Damn,
you have to be under 300 coming off.
Okay.
So 300 feet per second, 200 miles an hour, which is 300 feet per second, at the muzzle. Now, the velocity tapers off greatly the further out the round.
Yeah, all the airsoft bullets go.
Projectile gets.
They like curve.
Tons of backspin on them.
Yes.
So they put ton of backspin on them, so they kind of lob, which is anybody who's ever played paintball, if they remember the old Tippmann 98 flatline barrels, which were a barrel that emphasized backspin. It was literally a curved barrel like this, and it was attachment, and it would load the barrel of the ball into this curved barrel and put a ton of backspin on it, and it could shoot like 200 yards, which was twice as far as any other paintball gun that you could think. But the problem was when the ball was coming at you, you could literally be like, catch it like a field, put it in your hopper and shoot it back at the guy. So you're like, coolsies. Like, it didn't really take off.
Kind of weird.
It was my one kid we had one. One kid we played with had one back in the day.
Yeah.
And it was like the biggest waste of money ever.
Oh, that's
But that's what all
strange.
airsoft guns do is except when you get in those like close quarters, like the short area, like CQB rooms, and like everybody's like, and it's like, blasting everybody. And like, don't get me wrong, like that's cool to a degree, but also like every single kid's like, you're shooting full auto, and they're like, no, this is full auto, and it's like, okay, never mind. I'm like, yeah, look how fast my gun shoots, bro. Like, I'm so cool. And I don't know, airsoft is just, to me, is just so fucking lame. It's so fucking lame.
I don't know how airsoft actually came up now. Like, I know we got off onto a tangent about it, but I don't know how, like,
I don't know, but I'm glad you brought it up.
You know,
because I love shitting on airsoft kids. Because all my buddies that play paintball that listen to the show are going to be like, yeah, get them. And I'm like, and like I said, we're paintball players, dude. We're fucking nerds. Total fucking nerds.
It's a lot of people, though. We're nerds for sports. It's like, it is what it is.
But at least paintball, at least we can call it a sport. Like, if you go play a match of X-ball, bro, and you're not, like, tired or winded at the end of it,
I don't know what X-ball is.
You probably didn't play. So X-ball,
full sprinting?
X-ball it's just a very small field. It's 5-on-5. It's a very small field. So you can shoot clear across it from any angle.
Is that the one that the guy's doing like fucking parkour while shooting?
No.
They're like jumping over like railings and shit like that while shooting.
No, well, they're jumping over bunkers sometimes.
No, not the ones with like the inflatable ones.
Yeah.
This is like it looks like they're almost at like a skate park, and they're like
No.
jumping over things like that,
No,
and like
no.
benches and shit.
No, I have no idea what that is. No, X-Ball is like what was supposed to be the TV-friendly version of paintball.
Yeah.
It's 5-on-5. It's a 30-minute match. Every time you eliminate the other team, you hit the buzzer on their end, the clock stops. So you have 30 minutes to score as many points as you can by eliminating the other team.
Capture the flag.
Basically, but instead of capturing the flag, you just run over and smack a buzzer.
Yeah.
That's X-Ball. That was created in like 2002, 2003 by what's his name that used to own Diablo paintballs. Fucking what was his name? He played for Image. I can't remember his name, but anyway, I'm going down a rabbit hole of
No, it's lost on me. I don't know.
Yeah, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. He was a Hispanic guy. I can't remember his fucking last name. Hispanic last name. But anyway, he owned Diablo paintballs. He played for Image, and X-Ball was his brainchild, and it was like kind of the way to bring paintball into the mainstream.
Yep.
And that's where X-Ball was born. I didn't care for it. It's not traditional paintball, in my opinion. I don't really like it. Never played it competitively. I prefer the old school, like 10-man, 7-man, even 5-man traditional tournament formats, but that's just me. That being said, X-Ball is pretty much now all you play.
Sorry, what I was talking about, I had to Google it because I felt like I was dumb. It's they call it paintball war. It's usually handled in streets or suburbs.
Yeah, so there's like all these like urban settings. It's like there's a whole mil sim, like military simulation paintball thing. With like
it's inside outside.
Mag-fed paintball guns where they don't have the hoppers on top like traditional paintball guns. They have they're magazine fed. There's so many different formats of paintball.
Dude,
it's probably 50 cal, probably not 68.
This is gonna make me laugh because it's so stereotypical. Guy looking like Easy E with like an Uzi paintball gun shooting out of the screen door of his house.
Yep. I mean, there you go. I mean, and that's all fun and well. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fun. I have seen like this thing where they tried to introduce into the hood like paintball guns, where they do drive-bys with paintballs instead of real guns.
Yeah. What do they call it? Paintballs up, guns down, or some shit like that.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't know if the Crips and the Bloods are bulling with that. So
imagine everyone was just like, yo, we'll drop the guns as long as it's paintball wars, but if you get so many paints, you have to go away like you're dead. Like, no.
Like, nah, we'd rather.
They're like, how are we gonna deal drugs?
Yeah. Like, hold on, there's real life consequences to this. Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck. Okay, we didn't think that through. But no, paintball. There's so many different formats of paintball now. It's crazy.
Well, I guess that was the one I was talking about. Paintball war. Like,
yeah, there's like all these urban simulations and stuff
that's what
like
people
that.
like.
I mean, don't get me
like,
wrong. If that's what tickles your fancy, like
no, not at all. I seen it, and I was like,
I'm not here to
away.
like shit on people about it, but also airsoft is pretty fucking lame, dude.
Well, airsoft is also the same thing because if you go down like the YouTube rabbit hole, it's like next video.
Yeah.
Eventually, it came to airsoft, and I'm like, I thought it was a video of like almost something I was watching like Ukraine or something like that.
Nope.
And it was airsoft, and I'm like, this guy's been hiding in the woods for 44 minutes when the game started. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm bored out of my mind.
And they're in a ghillie suit, just sitting there waiting, and I'm like, bro, I can't lay in wait for like 30 seconds in Call of Duty. Like, I don't know how you do this.
44 minutes, and the guy was like, he put sub captions on it. He walks right by me. Here, the guy's just a squirrel.
Yep.
And he shoots him in the ass from behind. I'm like, that makes me laugh.
Yeah,
bro.
they do that. Those videos are very popular online. But again, it's just like, dude, that's
I couldn't do 44 minutes just laying
some
somewhere.
next level nerd shit, bro. And what are you doing? You're laying on your stomach in a ghillie suit. Cool.
That's lame.
Cool.
To me.
I don't know.
I'd be so uncomfortable.
Yeah. I prefer tournament paintball where it's like, there's 5 guys over there, there's 5 guys over here, or 10 guys or 10 guys, whatever it is, 10 on 10. 10 man's my thing. Go get them.
Yeah.
Like, it's a football size field, and we're just going to go and shoot each other until all 10 of you are dead.
My God.
It's the best. I love it. But anyway, let's get into the Jets real quick.
We got Rodgers and Soto. Those are the 2 biggest ones.
So let's do, yeah. So, okay, New York.
New York.
New York. And what do we have for time here? We are at
probably 2 hours.
2 hours on the dot. So let's wrap it up here quick. So I don't think we got to say much about the Jets except that we were dead right. that Davante Adams does not move the needle, wins or losses wise for the Jets.
He did make that excellent tackle to stop a pick six.
He did. He did.
I did laugh when I saw that in real time. I was like, wow. Rodgers is ass to me this year.
He's
horrible.
Horrible, dude.
Except against the Patriots. We'll see again this Sunday. Patriots, he smoked us, whatever it was, like 2-3 weeks ago. Smoked us.
He'll
and then
probably smoke
then,
you guys again this week.
And then that's it. He's been terrible.
But when they play a good defense, they're so out of sync.
Yeah, they can't do anything.
They're a mess. And again, I don't know that Davante Adams is going to bring enough to the table. I think it's too little too late. We said this last week.
Woody Johnson said it's going to make a big deal, though.
Oh, of course, Woody did.
Yeah, he said he can't believe he was able to get both these players in their prime. I was like, Woody, I don't think you know what prime means.
I mean, yeah, what are we talking about, bro? This isn't 2015, dog.
He's like, 31 and 40? He's like, those are in their prime.
God, he's such a boner.
I hate Woody Johnson.
Everybody does. He sucks, dude. He's one of the worst owners. And, like, I don't know why he gets such a pass. Like, we fucking harp on, the Cleveland Browns and Jerry Jones and Robert Kraft and Bob McNair and the Carolina Panthers owner. Why does Woody Johnson just seem to get a fucking pass every fucking time when we talk about the worst owners in sports?
Because he pays rent to the Giants.
Yeah,
he doesn't even own his own stadium.
Because nobody in the mainstream media talks about what a shit owner he is, but they'll go balls deep on fucking Jerry Jones.
He's a horrible person. Woody
Maybe
Johnson.
because he stays out of the media. Like, I think
no, he's in the media a lot. But not for football.
Really,
not
for football.
That's why.
He's doing other shit. He's everybody. I think that's the thing. Everybody forgets he even owns a football team.
Isn't he the Johnson & Johnson family? Isn't that the same Johnson?
Well, I know he's some sort of isn't he some sort of diplomat now for
the U.S.
for the
yeah,
UN or
but
something
he's
like
some
that?
fucking loser.
But yeah, I mean, dude, he just gets a pass. But again, we said it last week. Davante Adams does not move the needle for us in terms of wins and losses for the Jets. Well,
yeah, he is. He's son of Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah. No, I knew that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Fucking liars. Talking about no more tears. Gives you tears all day.
Bro, they put cancer in the baby products. They had to recall like billions of dollars of baby products.
Scumbags, bro. Fucking scumbags.
Mm-mm.
The Jets are trash.
Yeah, they fucked your parlay pretty bad, too.
They did.
Joey's like, I just need the most minimal effort from the two best players. And they were like, the best we can give you is a tackle and maybe 100 yards passing. And I was like,
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Screwed me out of $1,800 or $1,900. But neither here nor there. That's okay. Parlays, you're supposed to get screwed. They're suckers' bets. That's why I only bet $10 a pop on them. I was going to put one in last night, and you know what? I was doing the adult table with Travis, and the show ran long, and it went past the start of Monday Night Football. So you know what I didn't do? A parlay. And guess what? Glad I didn't.
Did you
Probably would've
hear
lost.
ESPN was refusing to release the ratings for last night's game?
Really?
Do you know why?
No.
They're the lowest recorded NFL game in almost like the history of ESPN.
Really?
I think they said it was like 1.8 million or something like that.
For Tampa, Baltimore?
No, for
What Chargers? Chargers, Cardinals.
Chargers, Cardinals.
Oh yeah, nobody watched that shit.
1.8 million. That's a reported number. It's 1.8 million.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the bottom. So half the reason was because it was on ESPN Plus.
Paywall.
So you couldn't just click over to it because I'm looking for it. Like I'm on YouTube TV, and I'm looking for it, and I'm like, well, and then I go to ESPN Plus, and it's like, oh, by the way, your ESPN Plus subscription is going to go up to $10.99 a month now, and I'm like,
fuck, it is not for me.
I haven't used this in 7-8 months. Why do I even have this? So that was canceled. I'm like, I'm not paying $11 a month for this. Go fuck yourself. And the other part of it was Peyton and Eli did the entire Baltimore Bucks game.
Yes.
And then they shifted over to the other game to the end of it. And I'm like, okay, that part I like that they did the doubleheader and they picked up the other game in the fourth quarter with like 7-8 minutes to go.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't worth $10 a month to me.
Absolutely
$11
not.
a month.
Of course not.
No, like I love Peyton and Eli, but I'm a red-blooded American, bro. I can just go steal that shit on
like everybody else.
any other fucking website ever.
Buy a VPN and no one can trace you.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't need to spend the money on this. So I get why it was the most lowest rated game ever on ESPN because it was behind the paywall. And obviously the Chargers and the Cardinals, like, dude, what are we doing? Nobody gives a fuck.
No.
Like they just flexed the fucking Vikings and the Colts to Sunday Night Football in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why?
They're desperate.
But why are we like the Vikings? I get But the Colts?
Yeah, but what game did they flex out? That's the
they
most important
flexed out
part.
the Eagles game.
Eagles against who, though?
Hang on.
The Panthers?
Where is it? Here we go.
Big cakewalk or some shit team like that.
Week 9, it was Philadelphia Jacksonville.
Oh, there you go.
But now Philadelphia Jacksonville's a 4:00 game. Cool. Yeah, that's something I want to see smack dab in the middle of my 4:00 fucking slate. You dick bags.
Nobody cares.
You've got 1:00 games that you could have put in there better than Minnesota
Vikings?
Indy. Dallas Atlanta. Okay. That makes sense. Buffalo Miami, assuming 2 is playing. That would make more sense. Let's see. Denver Baltimore.
Oh,
That
might be really good.
That could be a decent game.
But how many? Wait, don't they max out how many games a team can have nationally? The Ravens might have been maxed out. That's why.
The Ravens might have been maxed out, and also, CBS, who has that game at 1:00, might not be willing to part with it.
Because don't forget that stations can nix the deal too.
But that means I think it would have had to have been an inter conference game.
Yeah.
Because Indy, Minnesota makes sense, where it was Philly, Jacksonville. So I think it probably had to be.
Okay.
Couldn't be Baltimore, Denver, and AFC games. You're taking it away from CBS and giving it to Fox or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Or NBC. You're taking one away. But still, if we're going to be serious about the flex scheduling shit, let's put the best games on prime time, not just the ones that fit this carefully carved out schedule.
It's all about the money.
Because Minnesota Indy, dude, I don't give a fuck.
No, neither do I. No
about
offense.
that game.
Even if they do trade for Matthew Stafford, that's great. I still don't care about it.
That's the only way it would make even the slightest bit of intrigue. Because otherwise, no, I don't care. Minnesota's they're now beaten.
Yes.
So that's out the window. So it's not like we're going to see the undefeated Vikings going up against the Colts. Maybe there'll be an upset. No, the Colts are trash. Philadelphia, Jacksonville wasn't going to be much better, but at least let the 2 dog shit teams hem it out between each other. Doug Peterson's old team and blah blah blah. That being said, Green Bay, Detroit. I know Fox probably wasn't willing to give that one up, because that's actually going to be a good game. But, there's just so many better games. If we're going to be serious about the flex scheduling thing, let's be serious about flex scheduling. Why are we going to fucking sit here and funny fuck around with Vikings Colts on a Sunday night? Cool, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure iRacing is in Atlanta that week, so I'll just be up here racing on my sim. I'm not even going to fucking pay attention to that game.
You love iRacing.
It's the best. But you're clearly not serious people when it comes to the flex scheduling thing.
Right.
You're not. You're just not.
Mm-mm.
Fine. So be it. Do you, boo. But don't expect me to fucking care. And I'm not going to, because I'm not going to watch. I'll have it on, but I'm not going to be paying attention. The only reason I'm going to pay attention is because of this show.
Well, but we overall generally like to see how teams are doing, and like you said, we'll be doing other stuff. But especially for us at our age, especially my age now and my timeline in life, it's background noise for a lot of me. Because do I focus on every play and be like, "Ooh, this guy's coming down. They're gonna have 6 in the box or 8 in the box in this play," and I wonder if the safety is gonna cover the guy that goes over the middle of the field, or if it's gonna just be go. I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to be Tony Romo anymore. It's just I'll be doing the dishes, I'll be putting stuff away, I'll be talking to my wife or playing with my kids. And all of a sudden, and he's got it for 50 yards, and I'll jerk my head back and be like, "Oh shit, who?" And then it'll be like a 4th string wide receiver, and I'm like, this has no effect on my life.
None.
I don't care if this man scores.
You know what? The only thing that I might care about that is if and this is what they're banking on, is some schmuck like me throws in a fucking parlay and needs
Oh yeah.
Justin Jefferson to catch a touchdown that night.
Oh
that's
yeah.
It. That's because that's all the NFL is based on.
You're
now.
doing the gritty at home too. You're just dancing.
That's all it is, dude. It's what it's come down to. That and all right, let's switch gears to baseball. And
I gave us the video if you want to show it.
Oh yeah,
it was a cool ending. I did not watch it live. I did.
The count is.
I did not watch it live, but I did watch it on replay. The end of the game, and I was like, that's pretty awesome. Also, this man's gonna ask for $1 billion.
And that's fine. And I talked to my buddy who's a big Yankees fan, and that was the first thing he said too. He goes, "It's going to cost us a lot of money." Let me just preface it, but with this. All right, so I was watching this game. I was watching the ALCS.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland.
Oh shit.
Yankees.
Yankees.
And I'm watching it with my wife. and we're downstairs on Saturday night. We got home. We're watching it, and I'm sitting there, and I'm watching this at bat take place between Soto and what was the pitcher's name? Guy with the long hair.
Oh Christ, I don't know his name at all.
God damn it.
Hold on. I'm going.
Garris.
Oh, okay. I
It
was
was
gonna say the wrong
Garris.
name.
So I'm watching it. The first pitch, Soto sees, he fouls it off.
Yes.
And he just gives Garris the 1,000-yard stare and just starts nodding his head like, keep it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he knew. Soto knew. And this is one of the greatest at-bats I've seen in a long time. Like, Altuve doesn't do these kind of theatrics when he's at the plate. I haven't seen somebody know and like
so confident in their abilities.
Soto, the only way I could describe it in the moment when he was staring at the plate, and I said to my wife, I'm like, he is fucking menacing. He was an absolute menace at the plate. He was in Garris's head from the first pitch.
Daring him
To throw him a ball to hit. And the only thing Soto didn't do was call his shot.
No, he didn't. Isn't that a penalty technically? Like, don't they like give you like a warning or some shit like that?
Who cares?
I'm pretty sure baseball does.
But I'm just saying, that's the only thing that Soto didn't do in that at bat to let you know that he was giving the Yankees the lead and he was winning them this game.
When we show the clip, the funniest thing to me is he gets to first base and he faces the Yankees dugout and he's screaming and flexing and they're all going wild for him. And he's there for like a good 15 seconds. you know the Guardians players are like, dude, keep running. We're all fucking heartbroken.
He definitely celebrated the shot. But when I watched this, I haven't seen the last time I saw I'm sitting at my bar downstairs and I'm watching this game. And I'm watching Soto at the plate. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I am fucking intimidated right now. I'm like, I am scared to throw this guy a pitch, and I'm not even in the stadium. I'm not even at the game.
Right.
And I have no horse in this race, and I'm still scared to throw this guy a pitch. I haven't felt like that since David Ortiz stepped to the plate in the postseason.
But don't you miss like cocky, confident players?
Yes.
Actually, Bryce Harper in the World Series a couple years ago.
Bryce Harper.
He had another good, like a couple at bats where he was just like almost would like stare through the pitcher. Like he's like, all right, I know you're gonna do this, and he would crank it. And then Bryce Harper would have like that smirky little like bat flip.
But there's the post hit reaction versus the I'm in the box and I'm staring you down, nodding at you, smirking at you, literally licking my lips like, come on, motherfucker. Like, yeah, keep it coming.
Another one, we were younger, obviously. It was like back in the early 2000s. I think was it Jimmy Rollins? The center fielder for the Cardinals. He was either with the Cardinals or the Phillies.
Phillies. Who's the Phillies?
He was with both teams. And he hits that go-ahead home run in the postseason, and he hits it, and you just see him like flex with his arms like that.
Yes.
And he goes, yeah, and like the whole place loses it because he's at home.
I mean,
that was like I got chills down my back. Like when I saw that play, I was like, holy shit.
My favorite one was still Manny off of K-Rod in 07.
And he puts his hands up
and
like
threw
that.
The hands up, the touchdown symbol.
He knew immediately.
Yeah, that was one. That's still one of my favorites. But like when you saw David Ortiz standing over the plate in a big spot in the postseason, it was terrifying.
It never got to him. That's why.
It never got to Ortiz, but Ortiz got to the pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
And he was so good. And when I'm watching Soto, and I knew it was coming, I forget it was like the third or fourth pitch in, and you could literally see Soto's eyes tracking this ball going low and outside, and he just flicks his wrists and just fouls it off.
Crushes it, though.
But, like, no, just fouls it off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Intentionally flicks his wrist at it and fouls it off. But his eyes never broke contact with that ball. And I'm like, holy fuck, this dude is locked in. And I'm sitting there, and I'm telling my wife, I'm like, he's ending this game. He's ending this game. And then this happens.
The count is still 1-2. Castillo, Soto, a high fly ball to center. Thomas backing up. Thomas at the track. And Juan Soto! A 3-run home run! Soto magic in Game 5! Soto goes deep to give the Yankees a 5-2 lead in the 10th inning.
Tell me not the announcer did not thought it was a fly out to center field.
Ron Darling, he was questioning it. He didn't know if he got all of it because it was dead fucking center.
Yes, and he was like, and it's a shot to center. And then as it's in the air, you can hear him go, "Oh, it's back. It's back."
The count is still 1-2. Gaddis deals. Soto, a high fly ball to center. Thomas backing up. Thomas at the track. And one, Soto!
Like
Yeah, it
4
wasn't-
seconds. 4 seconds into it, he's like, "Oh, it's going back."
And I think that's on Ron Darling because that was a no-doubter.
Well, Soto immediately was like, "It's fucking gone."
I mean, but like if you see where that ball landed,
yeah,
it's a no-doubter, bro. That wasn't like it just got over the wall. That got over the wall, the bullpen, and into the bleachers.
I don't think he
whatever that
saw it at all.
Empty space.
At
no,
all.
I don't think he caught it. And do I think he flubbed the call a little bit because that should have been a better call?
Yeah, because
Like if Joe
no
Buck's
reaction.
making that call, it's legendary.
And it's deep.
It's legendary, dude.
Yeah.
Like we're like that. I think is the worst part of that play is the call,
Okay, yeah,
and that's it. And you know what?
but that was pretty cool.
They
to
didn't
see.
bring their A game for the ALCS.
And
Whatever.
I don't give a shit. Like people are like, "Oh, it's the Yankees." I'm like, "Who gives a shit?" I'm like, guys, I wish the Red Sox were fucking competitive. How's that? Like,
I mean,
I
nah,
don't want to
man,
hear shit.
I definitely give a shit because I love baseball and playoff baseball. Like I said, I'm watching that with my wife. And as soon as he hits, my wife's like, "Holy shit, he did it!" I'm like, "I told you." And this is go back to last year with the ALCS with the Rangers and the Astros. And I'm sitting at a bar in Fort Lauderdale with my wife, and Altuve comes up with 2 on, down 3, or down 3 with 2 on, and he comes up and I'm like, he's tying this game right here. Watch this. The very first pitch, boom, straight over the left field wall. Told you. Like, there are certain guys that have it like that in the postseason. Soto, listen, I'm not saying Soto's Altuve. I'm not even saying he's certainly not David, and he's not Manny. He's not Jeter yet. I mean, he's not even Bryce yet.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, bro, that was a monster fucking shot. And if you're a Yankees fan, dude, you are on fucking cloud 9 right now because
It's Yankees Dodgers, right?
Yankees Dodgers.
That feels like 1970s, like over.
This
over.
is the classic matchup we've been wanting for basically the last 8-9 years now, 7-8 years.
Man, Shohei, Mookie, fucking
The Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers
Judge.
are a wagon. I don't think the Dodgers lose.
The Dodgers are like $170 million over payroll, over.
And the Yankees aren't that far
I
behind.
think the Yankees are like 130.
And if they add Soto next year, it'll be way over. But listen, I love to see it. Yankees, Dodgers. I would obviously love for my Astros to be there, but hey, man, you know this is what it is, and it's a great World Series. I still think the Dodgers are going to win it. That's my pick, Dodgers, and I'm hoping 7, but I'm going to say 6. But I hope it goes to 7.
I think, MLB wants it to be 7. Like, that's a dream scenario.
The dream scenario is it goes 7, obviously.
Jesus Christ.
Anytime, no matter who's playing. But Yankees, Dodgers, the two of the biggest markets in the country, in the world. And then you've got Shohei Ohtani bringing in the Asian market, too. Like, listen, I'll tell you what, bro. This is a legacy World Series for a lot of these guys. When you look at Dave Roberts and Boone, in terms of managers who have been so maligned over the last couple of years and criticized so heavily for their calls in the postseason and not winning a championship, one of them is getting a ring this year.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them is going to walk away and say, I finally did what I came here to do. The other one, not so much. And it sucks for whoever doesn't win it. And, you know, that it is what it is. And I'm sure they'll be much maligned after this. But you've got Shohei Ohtani, who's got a World Baseball Classic under his belt. He finally gets to the postseason for the first time in his career, and he's going to the World Series. He's an absolute fucking juggernaut of a baseball player. The greatest baseball player we've seen since Babe Ruth. And we're sitting here, and we get to witness this. And what kind of kills me about it is I think there's a lot of people out there that don't realize how good Shohei Ohtani is and how lucky they are to watch him play. And whether you like baseball or not,
he's completely.
You've got to tune into this series.
People do not believe anybody. Like, if you don't watch baseball right now, even me, I'm not a baseball fan right now, but I know Shohei Ohtani is special. What he can do pitching and hitting, both sides of the plate as well, is so incredibly minuscule. He's a 1 in 50 billion type of player.
Yeah, it's
and to be that good.
We talk about like a Mike Trout, a Barry Bonds. This guy's even more
Mike
rare
Trout's
than
career
them.
might be over. Then he might be the end of his career after this off season.
Which is sad because he never you don't go to Anaheim and stay there.
So I looked up the projection for what Soto's going to ask for. The projected number out there is 10 years, $720 million. $720 million.
I don't think they keep him at that. I don't think they can.
Who's competing with the Yankees? The Dodgers? They already have a $700 million player in Shohei. They're paying him 10 years, $700 million.
The Yankees.
Imagine it depends who Soto's. If Soto's agent is Boris, he'll be like, the Red Sox are in it. And all the Red Sox fans are like, no, we're the fuck not.
God damn it, no, we're not. If
They're
the
like-
Red Sox paid Soto $700 million, I would laugh my fucking ass off.
I would die.
Because he would come here and it would be like Pablo Sandoval all over again. He'd be like, okay, I'm not competing for anything. Like, all right, you're not getting my best then.
You just see him out. You just see him in the Boston Harbor on a yacht. He's like, "Hello," not playing at all.
I bought Zihaba.
Was he German? I bought the Zihaba.
Fuck you, whatever. But yeah, that was absolutely fucking incredible to watch. Glad I got to witness it. That's why you love playoff baseball, man. That
That's why
moment
you love
right there.
sports
In general, and it's that competition aspect of it. That complete animalistic, guttural feeling that you get when, like, that dude, when he threw that first pitch and fouled it off, and Soto just nodded his head and like had that smirk on his face, like, I got you. Like, it was over. It was over before that first pitch was thrown. That at bat was over, and it was only ending in one way. And I'm glad it did. And I'm no Yankee fan, but if it pisses off the Boston faithful, go Yankees.
It's so pathetic. It's come to this, honestly.
It really has. It really has come to this, Sean. And it really is that pathetic. Before we go, I will say this. I told you guys last week, Joey Logano got into the NASCAR playoffs because Alex Bowman got disqualified after the Roval because that 17-pound weight reduction penalty. What did I tell y'all? Do not fucking give that man house money. Well, guess who punched his ticket to the championship for on Sunday? Joey fucking Logano gets the win at Vegas, wins your boy $200 because guess who bet on him? This guy. Because what did I say? Don't fucking bet against the man playing with house money. Now he's in the championship.
He's going to make the most of it.
And guess what? I got money on him because I accidentally bet on him to win the championship. And guess what's happened the last 2 years that I've accidentally bet on somebody to win the championship?
They've won?
They've won the championship.
All right.
So I'm 2-0.
I didn't know if you won last year.
I did, yeah, Ryan Blaney. I accidentally bet. I tried to bet on him to win Daytona, and I accidentally bet on him to win the championship. And I was like, fuck. And he wasn't even in the cut yet. He hadn't even made the cut when I bet on him. So we will keep a tab on that. But Joey Logano will be racing for his third NASCAR title at Phoenix in 3 weeks. We got Homestead this week, Martinsville next week, and then Phoenix to close it out.
Damn.
And we will see. So I might just throw it all on Logano because I got, like I did last year with Blaney. What I did last year, what fucked me last year was I bet no one had won the championship in this format without winning the final race.
Yeah.
Like whoever had won the championship had won that final race. I put it all on Blaney to win the race because I'd accidentally bet on him to win the championship. And I was like, well, nobody's ever won the championship without winning the race, so I might as well just put it all on him and hedge it. He ended up finishing second. Ross Chastain held him off the entire time, pretty much, and he ended up finishing second. He won the championship, so I got my money back in a way. The $100 I put on him to win the race.
Yeah.
But I'll probably do the same thing with Joey Logano, and for having never been a fan of Joey Logano, I might now be Joey Logano's biggest fan going forward.
I am now a Joey Logano fan because I could win some serious money. So, yes, Joey Logano.
Serious money.
Go, Joseph, go.
But we'll leave it there. Hopefully next week, Sean will be back with a live camera on him so you can actually see his face and not just this sweet still photo that we have of him.
What an amazing picture.
It is. I want to, Photoshop, a little, knife in Von Miller's hand, over your shoulder, like a Michael Myers thing. And we'll just put a little Tom Brady jersey
It's
on
almost Miguel Maya's
there.
time.
Miguel Myers. But thank you, everybody, for who joined us. Thank you, everybody who watched on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe on all 3 of our channels. And give us a like on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts as well. It goes a long way towards helping us out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back next Tuesday night. We'll be here next Tuesday. We'll be off the following Tuesday because it's election week. And then I don't know if we're going to do a Monday show or a Wednesday show that week. We'll see what happens. But stay tuned. Make sure you follow us on our Facebook page, and we'll let you know there. Until then, thank you, everybody, for Plizzy, who couldn't be here tonight, and Mr. Betancourt. I am Joey Fats, and we will see y'all next week. Peace.
Bye, guys.